the spinoff for Knuckles, and there's the BioShock Netflix show, and there's the Mother 3 tribute. We got a lot of shit to talk about, Shofu. It's a long show. And on top of that, we got the spoiler talk for Arceus today as well. A lot of stuff.
When you guys start talking Xenoblade, me and Shofu will recede into the blackness.
You're not going to recede anywhere. You disappeared for 4 years, Ricky. All right? You're not disappearing anywhere. You're not going anywhere, Ricky.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's fine. You know why? No, you know why? Shofu, that's fine. Shofu, that's fine. Because we've never had a Japan, maybe once in the history of Japan Time, we had a Japan Time without you. We always have Shofu. So if you want to back off on a certain conversation topic, that's fine. You're here. Ricky has been gone for 4 years.
Yeah. I knew you were going here. I knew that you're still hurt. You can't get rid of pain. You can't get rid of it, huh? You just can't give it up. That's okay. That's all right. I can't heal you. I wasn't out. You know it. It's okay, Roger. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's like when you go to Denny's at 3 a.m. with your friends, and they just start yelling.
We're not trying to yell. We'll be respectful. Oh, I thought we were still going.
I'm getting canceled tonight.
That's gonna get me canceled. I'm not singing.
Someone is gonna get canceled tonight.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not
doing that
tonight. We're gonna be.
You guys go right ahead. I'm not singing. That is Shofu and Tito. Who else is singing?
Okay, now listen. All I was saying is, Ricky, obviously, I'm not going to hop into a conversation where I can't add anything. So I just be chilling.
Right. That makes sense. That's right. There's no need for it.
Even if I want to talk, I just can't because I don't know what they're talking about. I don't play Xenoblade. I don't play Sonic. Like, the only thing I can say about Sonic is that shit trash.
Hey, yo, what we should do?
The best thing, I guess.
Hey.
Shut the fuck up. When I say Sonic, we talked about this already. When I say Sonic is trash, it's not from a place of hate. All right, it's not. I like Sonic.
Wait, Shofu, do you need the link to the latest direct so you could have it playing in the background?
Is that what you want me to do?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I thought you could just have it on mute in the background while we're talking.
No, we should actually do though.
What should we do, Coast?
When we tweet the times that we're gonna go live, we should actually go live at that time and not join the Discord.
Hey, how about you shut the fuck up, man? Why are you trying to ruin tradition?
You got a lot of suggestions over there, Coast.
History, bro?
We're in our feelings tonight, chat. You just gotta
why are you trying to ruin tradition?
That would imply that we get here earlier than the time we
exactly. What are you talking about?
Ricky,
are you crazy?
Hey, let's be
years late right now. Okay,
let's be punctual.
Punctual.
Yo, this is why you're gonna die tonight in this episode.
Hello?
Is that a threat? Are you threatening?
I'm just saying, if you watch the preview, you gotta watch the preview.
I'm saying, Ricky. I'm just saying that I
knew Ricky was up to some shit.
Live. So let's not do this.
I knew Ricky was up to some shit.
I'll come after you. This is going to be Chinatown 2.0.
Are you defending Coast? I don't understand what you're trying to say right now. There's no need for you to ever come for me.
Coast has showed up. You've never. Coast would never.
I spit on you. I on you, Roger. I spit on you. You
put some respect on his name.
I'm telling people to show up.
You think you're the only one that can go untamed?
This isn't even
I made you, Roger.
Hey, what?
Hallelujah. Like me.
All right.
You
know what's crazy? We're still not live.
Doing a fucking Sonic voice in the background.
Don't worry about it.
No, shut up, Fidel.
Yo, we're still not live.
But now I see.
It's live now.
I've been live for the last 5 minutes.
All right, well, let's go. Then play the intro. Then stop complaining. Play the intro, and let's get this thing going. Just shut up. Let's play.
Oh my God!
This is gonna be the worst.
This might be Thailand time.
Why am I being swung at? This is crazy.
This might be.
This is Madagascar.
It might be Nigeria time. We might get some Nigeria time tonight.
Oh, because you got a fucking Banks trauma. I gotta be screamed at. This is really crazy.
Oh my God, man.
On this episode of Japan Time.
勝負二度とそれをしないでください。 知らなかったと思いましたかバカ
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
What the hell are you guys doing?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the JapanTime.shop podcast for February 15th, 2022. You can get your Japan Time merchandise at JapanTime.shop. In addition to your Rogers-based plushies, there are only 45, so make sure to get those plushies right now. We also have 3 hats available on the store. We have the abbreviated logo hat, the regular logo hat, and then, of course, of all of that, we also have the Shrine logo hat. I am joined this week by my co-host with the most, Shofu. What is going on, Shofu?
What's really good, man? You know what I'm saying? We out here at the birthday party. It's Schmunktober. You know what I'm saying?
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
All right. Someone else I'm not worried about is Coast because he's at least been here on episodes, unlike Ricky. What's going on, Coast? How are you?
You still on this, bro?
Can we get a moment in silence for Coastward, who just died on stream?
That's tough.
Yeah, something else is tough. Something else that's tough is the fact that I got to be on a podcast with Fidel every week. What's going on, Fidel?
Oh my God, he's shooting!
Finally, someone said it.
This is crazy.
Why are people getting shot?
What have I done?
You exist, honestly. It's like that tweet we had.
Oh
back
my
going back
God.
and forth. You
I
just
thought he was
exist.
going to transition to
just
Ricky
exist,
talking
yeah,
about
it's
he's.
the whole
No,
thing.
never mind.
Someone I'm actually happy exists is Mike. What's going on, Mike? How are you?
Oh my God!
M&M's. It's okay. Let's go, everybody.
Are you eating dinner?
Hey, swallow
What
your
you
food,
eating?
brother.
What are you eating right now?
Mini M&M's.
Well, that sounds good, actually.
Why are you eating regular
Something
M&Ms?
else that
Because the candy to chocolate ratio is better on the small ones. Coach, get with the times, bro.
That's right.
This
So
is
someone
really
who would be
crazy.
someone would be very familiar with the term mini and small ones. We got Tito. What's going on, Tito?
What does that mean?
I don't like
Oh,
explanations,
I don't even understand what that means. I'm a large person.
That's right.
What does
That's
that
right.
mean?
Yeah. Who knows?
That's right.
Who knows? Is that Ricky talking?
Yeah, the fast thing about me is my pockets. You feel me?
That's right. Well, someone. Oh, thank you for that. Because someone who's always out of pocket is our guest. We got Chris. What's going on, Chris? Thank you for
Hello,
that
Roger.
setup. That was perfect, Tito.
Wait, why am I out of pocket always? Wait a minute.
He's out of pocket. That's how it is.
How? I don't get it.
It's not true.
I don't understand slang. It doesn't matter. Next up, we got Viram. What's up, Viram?
Hello.
I just
don't
like
really
you.
have
I
anything
have
else to
nothing.
say.
I have nothing
Yeah.
bad to say. You're always the one I just always like to be around. It's always a pleasure to be around you every episode. So
Thank you. I
Yo,
don't
what's
really
the problem, bro? You got a problem? Go ahead and say it, bro.
I'm really actually
trying
very
to fight
sick
the
right now
street?
about this. Roger. Where's all of this coming from?
What the
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yo, Ricky went gone for 4 years, found voice mod, and just
Hold on.
having the time of his life.
Hold on. No, I didn't know that was on. No, that messed up the entire thing because you activated me at the wrong time. Now, okay,
sorry.
just keep going.
now I don't feel like it though. Now I don't want it. Well, I want you to. No, I'm just gonna skip your intro. I'm gonna intro Zeph. What's going on, Zeph? How are you, buddy?
What was that?
Just turn it off. Just turn everything off, bro.
What is going on? Did I pick the bad night or?
Yes.
No, you picked a good night. You picked a good night to be on Japan Time.
Oh,
This is
okay.
good. The energy is
Chris,
the
is
energy
this
is
your first
good.
Chinatown?
I
Oh my
guess
God.
I've been the last couple of shows that I've been on were like,
Oh,
you know,
food.
they were very straightforward. We had like it felt like we were sitting at like a council talking about video game news.
Oh,
And
that's
now
not what this is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I can full open fire on a certain video game when the time comes.
You can. In fact, you know what? Well, we'll save it. We'll save it to when we get to there. Because we have a lot of stuff to talk about this week. A lot. Oh, and McDareth.
Wait,
is here
where's
too.
my intro?
Wait,
What is going on?
Shut up.
No, no,
So
no, no,
McDareth.
no, no, no,
Wait,
no, no.
McDareth. McDareth. I
Oh,
want
okay,
to.
yeah.
I want to ask McDareth something. I
thought
want to
it
ask
was
McDareth
9:30.
something.
Oh,
No, it's
okay,
okay,
it's
McDareth. I want to ask you something. I want to ask you something. Is Shadow going to be the end credit teaser for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That's all I want to know.
I think it'd be Amy.
You think it's gonna be Amy?
Yeah, I think they'd go to Sonic CD.
Okay, interesting. So you think Sonic 3's bad guy is gonna be Metal Sonic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Someone who's always a bad guy is Ricky Cocaine. What's going on, Ricky?
Gosh dang it, bro. Okay.
No cacaw. We're not getting a cacaw for Ricky this week at all.
I didn't know what was going on. He had a voice changer back there and shit. Like I didn't.
What the fuck? Now you know. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
All right,
I didn't.
we're
I
good.
didn't, I didn't
Messed
know
up my
about
timing.
I'm
Couldn't
sorry.
even-
I apologize.
It's fine. It's fine, baby.
This really is
Yeah.
the multiverse of madness.
Let's figure this out.
Yeah, we will, because we got a good show tonight. There's been a lot of stuff that happened. Obviously, we were going to do one. Oh, thank you very much. I just got my dinner. That's fantastic. So I'm going to be eating while Mike's eating too. So what I was going to be saying, it's been a busy week. We had the Nintendo Direct. We have a lot of games that got announced in the Nintendo Direct. We have the new Sonic movies that just got announced today. We've got, there's a lot more news. The BioShock movie that got announced, the Mother 3 tribute, the Capcom Countdown, the eShop shutting down, the spoiler talk for Arceus. I don't even know where we should start. Where should we start? Should we start with Arceus? Should we get that out of the
I
way
was gonna
first?
say, yeah, let's get rid of Arceus.
I think we should,
Kind of
because
old news.
yeah, people have been waiting, and I think let's just talk about Arceus. So, all right, spoiler talk for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to put on a timer for the next 15 minutes. We're going to be talking about spoilers for Arceus. Well, we might not, but I got the timer running.
I haven't done the post-game story. Do I mute?
No, who cares, Fidel? It's fine. Nobody cares about you. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
What did everyone think about the last boss?
All right, let me
Not
tell you- let me-
Arceus, the
let me
one
tell you-
before it.
Let me tell you right now.
The true last boss.
Yeah, okay, facts. Let me tell you right now, okay? That low key, not even low key, high key might be the best end game of any Pokemon game ever made, ever, period.
Obviously.
That might be. Like
That fight was.
It's not
it
even
was
debatable,
very-
bro. They gave you a
it was
great
so
reward
cool.
for. Well, you talking
Yeah.
about? You're not talking about Arceus, right? You're talking about before
Yeah,
that.
we're talking
The
about the
whole
thing
thing,
before.
the whole
Oh,
thing.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. That whole
'Cause,
section of the game was cool for me.
That
The Volo
battle
fight and-
into the double Giratina fight. I think that I didn't like
Oh.
the fact that it was the it's spoiler talk time.
Yeah, we're talking
It
about.
was oh, I'm sorry, the fight that you had before the
You ain't been
Arceus
out long
fight.
enough. You ain't beat Giratina yet.
Yeah, exactly.
You got the
But
game.
the,
You got the game. The first
okay,
day.
okay.
The full trainer battle against Volo into the double Giratina fight, I felt was a little bit cheesy because the battle style didn't really accommodate for the fact that you would be fighting 8 people in a row without a heal.
Yes.
So there was a little bit of this seems a little bit unfair, but the moment you defeat the regular form Giratina and it
Oh my
reels
God, that's
back,
the
That
best.
shit was clean.
that
fire,
was so fucking
I
cool.
died live on stream when that happened. Because I was truly certain that I had beaten him.
Actually, Roger.
What'd you say?
Did you see the team that he rolled in there
Roger
with? Yeah.
beat that fight with a lick-a-tongue and an unknown.
I did. I like my team.
beat-
I like
I-
my team.
I beat it with the level
remix.
85 Garchomp they gave me right before that fight.
The remix that they had for the battle theme, the approaching theme, because they knew that was you can't use the actual battle theme. You use the approaching Cynthia theme for that fight because it was just such a good remix. Hearing it pop off was great.
The music was super fire. I definitely agree with you, Chris. I feel like for as good as the overall structure of the fight was, and it's definitely one of, if not the best Pokemon fight that they've done, I definitely think it's held back by the battle system itself. I'm personally not a fan of the system at all.
I don't think anyone is.
Yeah, but the fact that the fight was still as good as it was, despite the battle system, is a testament to how well it was put together and just like how good the overall build-up was for it as well. It was just a really
The cutscene
really-
before it was so fucking cool,
Oh,
where he
yeah.
it looks like he gets the wing.
Yeah.
His
Giratina up there's
hairstyle made
behind
me
him.
start laughing at him. I didn't like his
Yeah,
haircut.
he should have just had like Cynthia hair.
I
No.
actually am like, maybe, I guess I'm in the minority here. The end game was like that fight, that sequence was the only time where I actually liked the battle system. Because I felt like I was able to use it for my team. It's probably because my team was ass. So I would like I would quick wave or whatever
Yeah, I
the fuck.
feel
I would
that.
quick style thunder wave, which would then help me because I had a bunch of slow ass mods on my team. be able to actually pump out damage and shit like that. So, but like, other than that, like,
it's one of the only high level battles against somebody with 6 Pokemon in the entire game.
It's honestly,
Have you done any of the battles at the dojo or whatever, where you could fight everybody again and they all have 6 Pokemon?
See, for me, right, I would do those if I had something else to work towards. At that point in the game, there's literally no point in me battling those people because I get nothing for it, and the game's pretty much done. Like
I was getting the main thing that I was getting from it was XP because I wasn't using a lot of the alphas I caught. I just caught whatever I caught and played through the game like that.
Yeah.
So not having the like level 85 Garchomp in my party, it was like, oh, now I can actually get levels without going and beating the shit out of that Alpha Blissey in the first area 72 times.
You just beat the shit out of Ingo 72 times.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like, it's a little off topic, but that adds to my biggest problem with the game. Now that we're all done with it, is like all there is to do is catch shiny Pokemon, but there's nothing to do with those shiny Pokemon.
Exactly.
Once you catch them,
Right.
Like they just sit in the pasture and you don't do anything with them. Like there's no point.
And because the shiny rate, especially in outbreaks, is so low, the real like shiny hunting experience comes from getting alpha shinies in an outbreak, which is like, unless you really care about having the prestige of saying like, yeah, I got this alpha shiny, then there's no real value of going for them opposed to just getting a regular shiny. Like people were saying like the stats are higher on alphas, and it's like, well, yeah, but to what extent? Like, is that really going to help me at all? If I've beaten the game, if I've gone and I have found God, I can continue texting. What point is there to get an alpha Pokemon?
Yeah,
I do wonder if maybe
there's no battle.
As soon as I beat Arceus, as soon as I beat Arceus, I felt like there was literally nothing else in the game for me to do.
Yeah.
Like even getting the shiny charm, going out of my way to get the shiny charm by getting rank 10. Like, what's the point? There's nothing.
Yeah.
So like the shiny rate's already so fucking high that I can get a shiny for free anyways. But without that,
I think it's safe to assume the DLC is gonna remedy this, but right now it's a huge problem.
Yeah.
But and again, and speaking of DLC, I was just gonna say the fact that you can tell whether or not there's going to be DLC for the game by the end of the game, whether or not you wake up in your bed. But the fact that you don't, the fact that you actually you're just like, oh, I found God, and you're stuck here. Well, okay, well then I guess I'll wait for you to drop more content in 6 months. Like,
Yeah, it's weird. There's literally no closure at all.
There's no closure to the actual story, which is my only.
That shit ain't done yet.
You do not New Game
which is my
Plus at
only kind of,
Firelink
like-
Shrine. You just kind of stand there.
Yeah.
You're trapped in this. I saw art of like Dawn crying in her bedroom because she couldn't get back home.
Jesus
It's fucked
Christ.
up.
I think we've talked about this a bunch where it's like I didn't really miss PvP at all until I beat Arceus. Because then afterwards I'm like, bro, like where's my not even PvP, I'll take PvE. Like where's my like multiplayer? Like because I'm just like, well, like anything, because like, you know, we talked about a lot of people play Pokemon only for the PvP or the multiplayer in any aspect. Of course. Me, I'm like, because I play a lot of the side Pokemon games that don't have that, like Mystery Dungeon, all this other shit. So it's like, I'm cool without it, but it wasn't until I did everything. And I level 10 every Mon before I did all the Legendary Rush. Before I fought Arceus, I did the level 10 for every Mon.
You think it's the lack of it that killed the replay value of this game?
I think this game does have a decent amount of replay value just because of the Mon selection that they give you early on. Like, there's a lot of different Pokemon in the first area that you can build a team around.
Yeah, because the game leaked, I've beaten it more than once, and both times were fun. I mean, I used a completely different team.
I think the equivalent to like gym battles in this game, the noble Pokemon, because they're very like fun, like I really want to see Game Freak make a non-Pokemon game with that like centralizing mechanic, like boss fights against those Pokemon.
I thought you were going to say you want to have Game Freak make a different game. I'm like, they've done that. Trust me, you don't want that.
Yeah, no.
Like, you don't want
play
that.
the badass elephant game. That's what.
Yeah,
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. What was the one from 2 years ago? It's called Home or Little Big Home or something.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, Town. That's the one. Thank you, Little Town Hero.
But that one, like it's whatever. But the main thing that I want them to do, I want them to take that like battle mechanic against the noble Pokemon and make a game around that mechanic as like the main thing that you do. because I didn't versus all of the noble Pokemon and versus God, I didn't throw out any of my Pokemon to keep it in a stun state. I treated them like Dark Souls fights, and that was probably the most fun that I've had in a Pokemon game for like the past like 15 or so years. That shit was so much fun.
That's what Jay was telling me the other day.
I feel the polar opposite. I didn't like any of those fights.
Really?
No, you could.
Yeah, no.
I didn't realize until like pretty full because I didn't stun Cleaver. I didn't know that you're supposed to send out a Pokemon. I thought you were just supposed to throw stuff.
Yeah, I did the same
did it by
thing. I just
accident.
spammed all that stuff.
Yeah, the final fight, I did the Arceus battle on stream last week, and I didn't realize until halfway through, like that very first time that you're allowed to send Pokemon out, that you could even send Pokemon out during that fight. I just assumed it was like you versus God. But that fight, I gotta say, I'm shocked you didn't enjoy it, Viram, because like that to me was just like the cherry on top of what I thought was a fantastic post game. I mean, you guys already talked about like the Volo Giratina thing, but I thought like that 8 Pokemon spread was fantastic. I think the music that played during that was great. And then finally hearing like the remix of the old Arceus theme when you get into a fight with him, and then all the different ways he like starts to read your movements, like the timing of when he shoots those little hyper beam judgment beams down on you, or like if you get too close to him, he sends out the little shock waves and you have to step back a little bit. It was a ton of fun. And I do actually want to go back and rematch against him without sending any Pokemon out. But even with sending Unknown and Lickitung out or whatever at the ending, it was still a lot of fun.
I'll tell you right now, as an aside, since we talked about all that shit, why they made the most broken thing I've ever seen in a Pokemon game.
That shit
Ever
Arceus
released.
can do is the most broken shit in Pokemon.
The Arceus,
They need to bring that into the actual game.
Hey, whoa!
Got too much dip on your chip.
This shit is insane.
If they can have fucking Zacian being what it is, it's a fucking dog with a sword. No. Why is God not the strongest Pokemon in the game?
Yeah, God should be, exactly.
Bro,
the fact that he's got judgment,
Why
super
is the
effective
dog with
against
the sword
everything is good.
better than God?
Now you are right.
That goes back
you do
to-
have a point. However, if I go to battle somebody in any respect and they have an Arceus and it's just they get to press judgment 5 times and wipe
that's what
my
I'm
team,
saying.
fuck that.
That is better than
To a lesser
Zacian.
extent.
Zacian
To a
is
lesser
better.
that's what Unknown does, though, because Unknown, the whole thing in this
I
game
can't
is
believe
the
you said
hidden
that.
power. No, but like, let me explain. Is that hidden power in this game works where it automatically becomes super effective against whoever you're against. So,
yeah.
if you think about all of the Pokemon that already have access to hidden power in the game, I think that could actually throw a wrench in things where you have this like 40 base power move that's always super effective against something, that all the Pokemon that have access to hidden power, that could actually be a kind of cool pivot to have on Pokemon's teams.
Self-proc Defiant, yes.
Yeah, hidden power.
Hidden power is
with
not
that,
even
but-
in the last game. Yeah, it's not. In
Yeah,
Sword.
exactly.
They
I was
removed
gonna
it.
say,
not?
Yeah, they removed it.
BDSP.
Oh,
The only
weird.
Pokemon with hidden
Learning
power
is
is unknown.
Unknown.
Oh, well, I'm glad I used Unknown on my team then. That was great.
What's the
Yeah,
base
because-
power? What's the base power of hidden power in the game?
I think it was 40 still.
60.
So it's 40,
Was
but
it
it's
So
super
like
effective.
the difference
always been
between that and then Judgment's base power of what is it, 80?
No, 60.
And the fact that Arceus can get stab on it.
He always gets stabbed on it.
That shit is
Well, yeah,
really
Arceus
nutty,
always
bro.
does. Yeah.
See, if we're
base
talking about strength,
50,
being
actually.
able to hit somebody super effective, no matter like their worst super effective typing too, on top of becoming that type, that's
I also kind of
that's
feel like it's
quote unquote
it's not that-
stronger than anything
It's
else.
not that big of a deal though for Arceus though, because Arceus would never be used competitively. He's always immediately going to be banned. He's the god Pokemon. Like he should be that strong.
Oh, of course.
Right,
I'm
I was
just
talking
talking
about the
about
fact
like
that
if I wanted to play anything goes, or if I play a random battle with someone.
it was ridiculous.
Sure. Well, I mean, but in that case too, I mean, people still bring Exodia decks out in Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's not
but
like
Exodia is
Exodia decks kind of suck
Exodia
ass
is
though.
dog
That's
shit.
that's a bad comparison.
Oh, that's a bad deck. Oh, okay.
Yes, Exodia
I thought
is
it was
dog
that you
shit.
could just stack your deck with Pot of Greens and then the Exodia cards.
used
You're
to
done.
be able
Greed
to
is
do that.
banned,
Yes.
brother.
Oh,
You used
well
to,
then
you used to be able to
okay.
do that like thousands and thousands of
Ro-
years ago.
Gotcha.
My Exodia
I've been out of
win
the
rate
metagame.
on Master Duel would like to speak with you,
Okay, I got you.
which is directly tied with, oh, I guess I have my engine or I don't. But regardless, I think a lot of the moves, whatever game comes next, and I hope it's not next this year, but whatever games I don't give a fuck what the reason it is. I don't care if it makes sense. I don't care about story. I need some of these mons and some of these moves in the next game. Oh God,
Oh, for
I
sure.
need that Decidueye. That just Decidueye is
defense down and you get a focus energy. That shit is crack,
bro. It's cracked, bro. Bro, all of the starters, like their moves are at least good. Their signature moves are at least good.
I really like
no.
And then you get shit like Victory Dance on Lilligan.
High burn chance and it's like Hex.
High burn chance, so it's a chance. So I use that move and it's a chance to burn them? No, that's true.
So Scald sucks.
No. Because that's just Scald. There's no added effect aside from the burn. This move is weak as fuck unless they're status. So I have to actually status them first until I can do more, before I can do more damage. So I have to use the move in its weak state. It might burn them or it might not. Who knows?
Oh, I get it.
If it doesn't burn them, it's still weak as fuck.
Shelfu, at the beginning of the game, it's Pokemon you pick the owl or Pokemon you're fucking wrong.
Look, you ain't gotta tell me.
That owl sucks my dick.
Oh my god!
Okay,
yes,
Fidel
man,
Jr.
come on. Hope not.
My hands are up. You can't see me. But
That owl sucks.
That's a cool owl.
I kind of.
Who did you pick? Who did you pick then?
If
you didn't pick Rowlet.
Oh, I picked Cyndaquil, but the second playthrough I didn't really use a starter.
Samurai.
The instant I got Shaman, I replaced my starter. Instantly, bro.
I am curious, like, what an Amorous is going to be like when we eventually have these Pokemon added to the game. Because having like a flying fairy, yeah, I'm sure that thing's going to be broken. With the stats of the other Therian forms. Also, why is the Therian form for an Amorous look like a giant taper snake thing? It's just weird looking.
They all look
I think
weird,
it's
bro.
based off.
Why is that creature ugly as fuck?
Is based off of,
I don't understand.
Let me check. I don't want to be wrong.
Because love is blind, Viren. He can be ugly.
I wish I was looking at this damn thing.
That's tough.
Well, with
Don't
that,
look
we
up
are
Typhlosion
exactly
on
at the
Twitter.
15-minute mark. So there you go.
Yeah,
that is the end of our
there's nothing
spoiler
really to-
discussion of Arceus, and there's a lot of other stuff we got to get through. So that is perfect. So Fidel,
Oh, wait,
you
damn
actually.
it. Damn
Oh.
it.
Time.
Fuck.
Well, did you want to say something, Tito?
Yeah,
Go
there's
ahead.
one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Fidel Deafen.
All right.
What if I had nothing to say? I just want him to deafen. Like, what
That
if
would
I
actually
For the rest of the episode?
That's what I thought you were doing.
Let's go.
that was my original thought, but now that I said that, I feel like actually one thing. If
Okay,
this
go ahead.
time traveling Lucario having piece of shit pops up in one more game where there's time travel, I'm gonna throw my Switch across the screen.
You said who?
I swear. The fucking guy from the movie with the long hair who just looks like a
How you
Lucario.
do with the Lucario?
Yes, fuck that guy.
Why, bro? Why is he always there? Is it? It's just for
Riley.
Lucario for real. Like,
Bro,
Yeah.
it's like, hey,
they
bro, I
gotta,
have a
they gotta
Lucario.
give it. Yeah, Riley. They gotta give Lucario his cameo.
It was a
every
Gen
time.
4 game. They have to. They
Yeah.
have to-
Lucario was always such a weird position. Well, I guess Zoroark's kind of the same thing too, though,
No,
right?
no one
because
gives a shit about
Lucario and Zoroark both got their own movie, despite the fact that they aren't mythicals. And you said nobody cares about Zoroark, but Zoroark has one of the best Hisuian forms to this entire game.
Well, now they
with
care
one of the
about
Bro,
coolest.
they didn't
typings.
even do. I thought they were actually gonna do something with that. They showed us the trailer. He's just a regular ass Pokemon walking around. I thought it was actually gonna be like a thing that Zoroark was gonna like. You have to go out of your way to do some cool shit to get it.
technically it was one of the
I
trials.
do. It was hard to find him.
It was a trial,
one
but
of
I'm
the
saying you
trials,
walk into that
yeah.
cave and just see Zorua walking around. You
Yeah.
you
I guess
walk
that's
into
true.
a fucking
Did you
cave
guys
and
do the quest with Frostlass?
I did none of these side quests.
Yes.
Yeah, the quest with Frostlass should have been something similar with like Zoroark. Probably. I don't know why
Chasing people around and.
Not every new form didn't really get a chance to shine. To be honest, some of them were tucked away, like Zoroark. I guess that's
Yeah.
fine, but it didn't feel like a special Pokemon when you found
Really?
it.
that's
was
what,
only
that's what I'm saying,
the-
Zev. They gassed it up and then it was just a regular ass mon walking around.
Yeah.
It was
it's
really
still,
only
like,
the
a really
treatment
cool
of the
typing,
rival
though.
Pokemon.
No, of course it's cool, but if it's a cool typing, then why is it just like they know how monumental Ghost and Normal
course,
is.
of course,
It
of
took them
Everyone wanted
it took
that.
them 35 years to put that typing in the game. I feel like I really shouldn't just walk into a cave and see a fucking Bidoof, see a fucking Glalie. Oh shit, a Zorua. Like it's just there, it's just chilling, walking around. It's supposed to be a
Yeah, Zorua was right next to Mischievous. That was weird.
That's what I'm saying.
And Coast,
However,
what were
it
you?
was- it
You were
was
just
the
gonna say
only
something,
one
Coast. You said something about rideable Pokemon.
Oh, like only the really like the Hisuian forms, like they really only showcase them through the rideable Pokemon or like
Well, or
the
the
boss
bosses.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The other ones, they didn't really like.
Yeah.
Overgrowth
Other than that, it was like
and shit
whatever.
were just kind of thrown to the side.
That makes sense. All right. Well, I think we could tell Fidel that it's safe to come back. Then
He's
we're
already
good.
back.
I am
good.
back now.
Okay, cool. So anyway, the final boss. No, I'm kidding. Anyway.
It's ours. It's our case. I bet.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, so continuing on, we have the Nintendo Direct to talk about. There's a lot of stuff to discuss in the Nintendo Direct. Do you guys want to go in order? Shofu, I linked the video if you want to just play it in the background on stream while we're talking about stuff. Have it just chill in there. Let's maybe start.
Timestamps. Nintendo, come on.
Let's start in order, or do you want to start with general impressions?
Let's
We can talk. Okay.
I kind of want to get Fire Emblem Warriors out of the way.
Okay, so we will just go in order then. That's fine. So
Yeah,
the
let's
Direct
go in
opened
order.
up. We see a trailer for Fire Emblem. It's for Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. It is a Koei Tecmo developed sequel to Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I am excited for this.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun to have a
Okay, listen,
Revelations
Roger.
route.
I was excited for it until Dimitri had the exact same moveset as Spear Link from Age of Calamity. Come on now.
So actually, I'm glad you bring that up because I will say this. And this is not a joke. You can go look at my play history on my Switch. Just before starting the show, and actually pretty much every day for the past couple of days, I went back and I've been replaying Age of Calamity because I've seen a lot of people down on Fire Emblem Warriors. And man, Age of Calamity was really good. Like, really good.
It's
super
a fun game.
It's got like a unique story specifically for it that enriches the story of the core game. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because I feel like if they do that for Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I feel like this could end up being pretty great.
Well, I feel like in Age of Calamity's like thing, I felt like we were definitely lied to because they're like, oh, it's gonna be canon, and then it just goes to another timeline.
Well,
We don't know
here's-
yet because Breath of the Wild 2 isn't out yet. We don't know.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I mean, the
But,
sequel to Breath of the Wild. It's not Breath of the
sequel to
Wild
Legends
2.
of Zelda.
Of course.
Just real quick interjection. Age of Calamity is
Is the sequel to the Legends? Oh no, it's like
okay,
the
so Age of
Warriors
Calamity was a
sequel.
spin-off of Breath of the Wild where it's a Warriors game, and it was originally marketed as
The prequel.
what happened before Link wakes up in Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. Oh, I guess,
But
yeah, you were
at a
gone for
certain
Age of
point-
Calamity. Sorry about that, Ricky. I should
At a certain point
Is-
throughout
so
the
it- so it
game,
has
there's,
some
like,
level of,
time
like-
travel and other bullshit, and then people were like, "I didn't like this."
Yeah.
It becomes a what if rather than this is explicitly what
Yeah.
happened down
Right,
the
right.
Breath of the Wild
okay.
timeline.
Some people didn't like it. Some people I didn't mind. I
didn't mind either.
I would have rather they went this is depressing route, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's okay, I guess.
And anyways, Fire Emblem was all about taking different routes, so like it doesn't matter
Right.
if it's just like a 5th or 6th route or whatever. So
Right.
it works out more for this game.
It does kind of feel like to me that this is going to be the quote unquote like Revelations route though, because you see
Yeah.
in this Dimitri still has his eye, so he doesn't have the eye patch yet.
Yeah, I thought
They
this
don't
was
look
like in
significantly
between
older. It is,
time
yeah.
frame.
I think it's
Yeah.
like between the time skip. But obviously, if you played 3 Houses, you know like it wouldn't really make sense to have it just straight up be in between because one way or the other, Edelgard wouldn't be working with them. You know what I mean? So there's got to be some type of twist. Maybe it happens where. I guess early spoilers for 3 Houses if you haven't played it at this point, but it doesn't matter, is maybe your dad still dies, but after that moment where the goddess awakens within you, that's where things change. Because you clearly have the goddess hair in the trailer for 3 Hopes.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that is like a indicative of everything plays out the same or events are going to be tweaked in a way that makes it just a completely different story featuring the same characters.
Yeah, but we're going to find out one way or the other on June 24th, 2022. That is when the game comes out. The first of the major releases in this Direct. And landing squarely right after when, like, we could presume an E3 Direct or something will happen this
That's
year.
my-
There's no
that's my
E3,
favorite.
but we're still going to have one. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. My favorite announcements are hey, we've announced it's coming out in 6 months. That's like
Yep.
the perfect cycle to me. They did it with Kirby. They're doing it with this. They did it with Age of Calamity. Like whenever Nintendo does hey, it's out in 6 months, or Metroid, it's
Age of
perfect.
Calamity, wasn't that like 2 months? Didn't I
Oh, yeah,
almost
it was
distinctly
that
remember it
was
was like the end of
relatively
summer and then
soon,
it came
yeah.
out like October.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did it with Metroid Dread. They do it with the Mario Party, WarioWare.
Yeah.
Like to me, like when it's not like they're Breath of the Wilds and they're like crazy big ones, like the 6 month period between releases is the best way. Hey yo,
What happened?
I said.
Anyway.
It's fine. Anyway, the next thing we see on here is we get a new breakdown trailer for Advance Wars 1+2, the new remake of Advance Wars. I think it looks great.
good.
I think it looks awesome. Yeah.
Smart of them to show off an actual strategy game after the Fire Emblem fans were disappointed that it wasn't a strategy game that they were getting.
Yep. But I mean, to be fair, I think we all pretty much know if Fire Emblem's still coming. Like we're still gonna get a main strategy Fire Emblem game. This isn't gonna be the.
I think
we'll see.
I think them delaying the release for Advance Wars is really good.
Yeah. It's clearly paid off.
It needed it,
I mean, with the
I think the whole
animations.
reason it got delayed was so they could do voice work.
The voice work too.
That does make sense.
I really do like the look of it now too. Like at first I wasn't really sure. I was just excited to have Advance Wars back, like when it first got announced at E3, which is why I was freaking out. But I've grown to like the look of the game too. Like the little toy look of the tanks and everything. It's got a nice kind of clean, saturated look to it, and I dig it.
I still think it looks kind of like a mobile game.
I mean, it does a little bit, for sure.
I guess.
Does Advance Wars have like
mobile games look so good nowadays? Though
it's something with the animations where like images are being
2D stuff.
Yeah, like that's still very weird to
tweening.
see for me. Yeah.
What were you saying, Mickey, about does Advance Wars what?
Does it have a campaign? Because I remember playing this.
Yes.
Like when I was a kid, and I could never get past field training.
It's
a difficult campaign. I mean, it's not an easy game. Yeah, but I think they stated that there's going to be different difficulties. I feel like they mentioned that at Treehouse Live last year that there was something where like there's going to be.
Tough as it was, or like
no,
that'll be.
But
like
I feel like
mode.
they'll probably have a hard mode, if anything.
I
Yeah,
think
they'll have
hard
like a
mode
normal
might be
that's
like-
new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hard
I agree
mode
with
might
you.
be like the original.
Yep. And it comes out April 8th, which is awesome. So you could pre-order it right now in the store. Comes out April 8th. Really nice time slot, very beginning of April. We got the port announcement for No Man's Sky. And then, of course, we got the grand return.
Yes!
Of who?
Super Mario Strikers.
Oh, I couldn't hear.
Yeah,
you.
those were not words that I heard.
Everyone got,
Wait, what did you hear?
I just heard everyone go,
Sorry. Super Mario Strikers Battle League, the new Mario Strikers game being developed by Next Level Games. This is what they've been working on. Looks really cool. Mario Strikers Battle League has playable Rosalina. There's like
Ross, you're scaring me.
Yeah, me too.
there's new gear.
I'm almost certain it's not the full roster yet.
Yeah, I don't think so
Where
either.
the fuck is Daisy?
Are you?
Oh,
Wait,
she's like the-
whoa. Let's not. Is it only small because of the fact that the goon, like I'm playing Strikers. I played Strikers today. There are 9 characters in that.
I'll tell you why it's small.
It says 8.
Because Nintendo, with all of their sports game recently, like to push new characters through
You're gonna
DLCs.
do it
I'm just hoping
Mm.
that
but
because
it has
this is
not
like,
worked well.
No, what I'm
hoping that
saying
because
is
this isn't made by
They have
Camelot,
10.
it's gonna
They have
be handled better because Camelot
Hey.
has been consistently trash.
Speaking of which, hey Nintendo, what you doing in Camelot? Hey,
You don't want Camelot
Just,
to make
no,
Golden
no,
Sun
no.
in the current
Just
state.
let him
You
go
really
back to
don't.
Golden Sun. Stop making them make sports games.
You
Let
don't
them
want
do a
to.
Golden Sun. Why not?
Because I don't know, the story will be drip fed to you. No, I'm kidding. But
I am curious, Coast. Have you gone back and played Golden Sun recently? Like within the last couple of years?
yeah, a couple of years,
I
yes.
have.
Because I don't mean this at all. I'm like not a Golden Sun hater or anything, but I do wonder how well that game has aged. Just with the different RPG
it's
mechanics.
like a fine wine.
Yeah, I think
there's-
it holds up pretty
like
well.
playing.
I
I
just
played
think
through it
it's
last
fun.
year. I played through 1 and 2. I didn't play Dark Dawn, so I'll reserve
Yeah,
statements
you
from
don't
that.
worry about that. Don't worry
DS
about
one?
that.
But yeah, the DS one.
I
But
played
yeah.
that
Dark
one
Dawn.
and it sucks dick.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
I still think that game is fine. I don't think there's as much of a problem as people like state with it as like much as it is a little bit of a hyperbole in a lot of degrees. But the GBA games, especially, those games are fucking still fantastic.
I know
One in
there's
TLA,
Super
like
Nintendo.
you can play them back to back, and they still feel like very
They hold up very
whole
well.
releases as far as a RPG will go. Because I'm currently playing through Chrono Trigger, and I still have that same sentiment where I feel Chrono Trigger is still one of the best games of all time. Playing through Golden Sun, I still remember the stuff fondly, and it's still displaying itself for me to say that it's still good. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
For
For sure.
a random RPG on the Game Boy, it's like one of the best games.
Right on. One quick thing I want to point out too, since this is being developed by Next Level, I think in terms of other characters, like ones we haven't seen, I feel like they're probably going to throw a Luigi's Mansion character in there, just because since developing it, they developed Luigi's Mansion and they have the assets for it. Either Boo, or like what was the ghost lady from Luigi's Mansion that like ran the hotel?
No idea.
Great.
I'm good without her.
Right, I think doing like a Luigi costume or something, but I feel like something Luigi's Mansion's going to be in this.
I'm just shocked, to be honest, because, well, a couple things. First, the fact that in regards to the roster, the reason why historically Strikers games have been smaller rosters, unlike other sports games, is because they fill the whatever number of people on the team with jobbers, whether it's Toads, Birdos, Hammer, whatever it is, they just fill it with jobber. And this game does not look like to be doing. It looks like you're picking 4 actual characters, which is why you're going to probably need a much larger roster. So that's one. And then B, there was stuff in that trailer that's definitely like people who didn't play Supercharged on the Wii don't understand that like the tech for Mario Strikers is like fighting game adjacent. Like it's crazy technical if you actually want to get good. So I'm happy to see that that's still there as well.
You're like smacking people into walls and things like that.
It's just it's movement. It's not only obviously the reaction time, but it's like it's a lot of it is movement and positioning as well. But a lot of the tech for movement specifically is like people come. I don't agree. I don't think it's melee adjacent, but a lot of people say that it is melee adjacent.
People that say that need to calm down.
So Tito, you agree that the roster at the moment is small?
What I'm saying is the reason why it didn't shock me is because if they don't have jobbers, because it looks like based on the gameplay they don't have jobbers on the team, so that means the roster is small because of that reason, which is weird to me because it's just making more work. You know what I mean? Like it's just like. I appreciate it, but at that point, it's just making more work. Like you basically have to double or triple your roster to get the same result, which is why I was like, I was very surprised to see them go that approach of actually picking 4 actual characters and like with a gear system and everything. Like they're doing a lot.
It seems like because they're trying to build this one for 4v4.
Yeah.
In particular.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's particularly weird if the game would have a really small roster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It will mean that people will just be maybe stuck on characters that they don't want to play.
There is like a currency system, so maybe there are like characters you can like literally in-game. Not like
I had assumed that currency system was for the gear, but you might be right. It could be for unlocking
maybe
characters.
There's more. Yeah, exactly.
I just don't understand why they didn't upgrade because they I'm sure like obviously there's a lot of work that goes into like modeling and animating and stuff, but like I don't know why they didn't take some of the reusable characters, I guess, like Hammer Bro and stuff, and make them
Toads and stuff. Yeah.
Why not?
Well, we'll find out.
They will. This game is definitely going to get DLC.
Yeah, we're going to find out more about it because it comes out real soon, June 10th.
Also, but before we move on, I just want to say, like, I'm happy they kept, like, the most important thing is they kept the aggressive nature of it because, like, all the other Mario sports games, like, they're just, like, they're cool spin-offs with charm, but, like, with Strikers, it had that identity, and there was also like a lot of big. There was a lot of people that I think this is the thing that like Mario Strikers is the reason why Nintendo clamped down on how their characters were portrayed originally, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the fact that
Waluigi was sapped his nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
How did that even make it into the game?
Energy.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and I know the answer. Zephyr's right. I know the answer, but no matter how good this game is, if that game comes out. And Waluigi's not doing DX cross chops, doing a Heartbreak Kid impression. I'm coming on this platform and calling that game trash.
He's obviously not going to be doing that now, bro.
Bro, what did I just say?
Mario kills himself in that game. He like he grabs a bomb and just
if Wario out here looking like Triple H. If Wario out here looking like Billy Gunn, I don't give a fuck.
They need to make more games like Strikers where the actual controls are meaningful, like. Yeah, Mario Tennis and Mario Golf and Mario Strikers, like the controls aren't fucking loose as hell like in every other fucking game. And I personally don't like that shit.
I gotta say though, I went back just a couple days ago. I went back and I was replaying some Mario Tennis on NSO, And I don't know what it is about that game, and I don't mean to bring up Camelot again. I know we were just talking about it, but like, to me, the motion in Mario Tennis, the old N64 one, feels better than the recent ones.
I do not like Aces, man.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't like that.
I like Aces
really
more
like
than I like
Aces,
the
but
other.
I'm
I
very
like more than
biased.
Ultra Smash or with the GameCube one or whatever. But like, I don't know. There was something about just the basic controls of Mario Tennis 64 that I think it actually aged pretty well, and it makes for just like a fun pick and play kind of game. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Battle League, June 10th. Comes out very, very soon. We'll be playing that. Then we got a pretty long extended sequence look at the Salmon Run mode for Splatoon 3. We got confirmation Salmon Run is indeed back.
What an awful showing, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, why did they play that dog shit music that entire time?
That music was good.
That is fucking cap. That music was not good at all.
That music was not good.
What about that music was good to you?
To
Please
me,
tell
it's
me.
nostalgic because it's Salmon Run.
Nostalgic?
It's the music I play during. Yes.
That doesn't make it good.
Objectively, that is a
Because
terrible
it's old,
song.
it's good. What? That doesn't make any
That music
sense.
set the tone. Okay, that's
To
one
me,
thing, but that doesn't
I
make
enjoy
music
it because
got
I
a
enjoy
charm.
Salmon Run. Like what?
Bro, that shit didn't even make sense, bro. That music
that
makes
is
no
a-
sense.
That is an objectively bad song. I will go to my grave with that.
I was like, sure. I was like, oh, this is not bad. Everyone was like, but please. I was like, nah, it's not good.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I took off one headphone when it came on.
Really?
But I think like it was also just a weird showing. I was like they spent a lot of time. Like they could have just been like, hey, Salmon Run is returning.
Well,
and-
the whole thing is like Salmon Run was something that a lot of people really liked to Splatoon 2.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but see, whether
was a
whether
lot-
the song works for the game or not is a different story.
We're not even talking about the song anymore. I'm talking
my
about
bad.
just the showing of the mode.
Uncle Ben.
I was
would
wrong.
have
Like,
to
that
watch
shit is
it.
true.
When I believe that.
yeah.
But when it comes to like the mode though, it's like I thought it was coming back too. They haven't said anything about it.
Yeah.
But Salmon Run was a very popular mode in the original Splatoon 2. It was just on a timer. So I really hope
I pray they
get
don't
rid
do
of
that.
And it's just
Sure,
awful.
I'm sure they're getting rid of the timer.
Timer shit is the worst. That is the most psychotic development idea ever. You got to play this mode that people really love at a certain time. It's awful.
They have the new egg throw mechanic too, where you can toss the eggs to your.
I know
Yeah,
it's crazy.
that's-
A lot
Salmon
of games
Run's
actually do that
famous.
now, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like Apex does that, where it's like you can only play on this map for the next like 40 minutes, and then it switches over, and you got to play another fucking map before. Like that
Yeah,
shit
but you can
whack.
still play Apex. Like you just can't play Salmon Run. Period.
No, I'm just saying
Right.
there are lesser versions of that, and it's trash in those aspects. So like doing it for a whole mode being available, it's like the fuck, bitch. We're not hunting in FF14 where I gotta fucking
Yeah, I
look
think
at
though, like,
2:30 in the morning.
Nintendo likes funneling people into specific game modes so that they always seem active.
Yeah, I think it's because it's Animal Crossing people. They want it to feel like a world.
Yeah,
That's
I do
true.
feel like at this point though, with how huge Splatoon is in Japan and like for what they want to do with the competitive community, it does seem like they will just keep this on at all times and have it where it's like a sub mode, because you're always going to have people online playing Splatoon. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. I will say, Shofu, could you play something real quick? Could you pause the direct and play that song that I linked in the Discord server?
No one cares about that goddamn
On the topic of
song.
Awful Nintendo music. That one song is the reason why I can tolerate. I can tolerate Salmon Run.
Not the Yoshi
because of-
clan.
Oh
Yoshi
God,
clan.
just literally the worst thing that's ever been made.
I'm convinced Yoshi's Neon Soundtrack was like they literally went to a kindergarten class and they're like,
They
okay,
must
guys,
have.
make sounds.
Yeah, I
it
don't
had-
understand.
It literally had to be.
But while we're on the topic of Splatoon still, they also showed that there's going to be new bosses. You got Kanye West and his fish dicks, which is pretty cool. That's going to be
Oh
one of
my
the bosses.
gosh, not
Yeah,
this.
What are some of the other bosses? We got the giant, like the
There's
giant thunder with chains.
There's the dolphin one that comes out of the ground. There's the big fish they showed at the end. Like
Yep.
that, like I love those waves in Salmon Run. Like they're so much fun when you get like a random special wave and you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So
surprised
I'm
they didn't
glad
have a
they're
date.
Extending that.
Well, the
Yeah,
date
I
they
thought
said
they were
is
gonna say
summer
that.
2022. My guess is
that's
we're
not
going to
a
get the
date.
date probably confirmed at E3. I've not
We're all gonna be
again. There's
shocked
not
in the
a
summer.
there's not a actual E3 this year, but we're still probably going to get something
they
around that
confirm
time. They did confirm, yeah, there's no in-person E3 at all. So I think they'll probably still do Treehouse Live around the same time, but they won't be present for an E3. My guess is I think they're going to do like an invitational type thing for Splatoon 3 and maybe have like a Splatfest beta or something and have people play it during that week. And then they'll announce the game's going to come out like a month and a half later or something. Because isn't that what they did for Splatoon 2? Where they did the Splatfest, we didn't have the date. And then like a month and a half later, they said, oh, this is when it's going to be?
Yes, because literally every Splatoon game that comes out in summer is a summer game. Yeah. And it will come out by August. It will be out.
It'll be a direct, I think. It'll be like in April, wake up, it'll be like, hey, stay tuned for a Splatoon direct with the lab, and the director will like do all this crazy shit, tell us all the info.
Find out about the story, all that kind of
There's
stuff.
a lot of stuff we don't know about the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We don't even know the core.
We don't even know if we're getting a new mode, like with like how they just focused on Salmon Run, which makes me think we aren't, but that'd be cool.
I really want to, unironically want to know more about the story. I really like Splatoon story mode.
Yeah,
and
Splatoon
that
story is good.
It's like,
it's super fun.
Very fun.
I love the Octo expansion.
I really hope they build off of that.
Yeah,
same.
Octo expansion is clutch.
But then we got a bunch of different announcements after Splatoon. I'll just fly through these. We got Front Mission coming to North America. Saw some people excited about that coming in the summer. We got the return of a Disney kart racing game. I forgot what the name of it is off the top of my head, but we got that game.
How are they gonna do that, bro? How are
Disney
they gonna
Speedstorm?
How are they gonna show that and then be like, oh yeah, also, but fuck you, Mario Kart? That's,
well, I mean, that's probably that's why they put it where they did in the direct at the ending.
So
also, important to note, this is a Game Loft game. It is not like developed by Rare or
I saw that.
any of the people that did.
Ended.
You're right. So don't get your hopes up too much for Disney Speedstorm. But then again, maybe we'll play it if they put the Buzz Lightyear from the MOBA game in there as a playable character. Then, Tito, would that be enough for you to pick it up?
That game exists.
To play what?
Yeah. The Disney MOBA.
Does it still cost money?
Does it cost money?
Yes, you have to have Apple
subscription.
Well, that's disgusting. That's disgusting, just like the ports of Assassin's Creed that are coming to the Switch.
Actually, hold on, wait, hold up. Since we're on the topic of racing games, did you guys see the news about Chocobo GP's Battle Pass?
Yeah,
Battle Pass?
What?
Yeah.
Cloud and Squall.
Cloud is in the game, but the only way you can play as him is if you finish the Battle Pass, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Hey,
bro.
get your bread, King.
No one's paying for that.
Hey, that's cap.
Someone's definitely going to pay for that.
If
That game's also released
Now
on the
that
same month.
I'm like
The amount
into the
of
Final
people-
Fantasy fandom a lot, now that I've been playing a lot of 14, and I see people pay like $10 for one emote, dude, people are going to pay for Cloud.
That's different.
I don't know, man.
You listen good here, Roger. I paid $7 for this Snap emote so I can change my clothes with a macro. That is really all I wanted to do. I don't want to race as Cloud.
Yeah.
You were finessed.
And it's not even like cool looking.
He's right, you know.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh, Chris.
Yeah. But again, I was right too, because Assassin's Creed looks like garbage. So does Force Unleashed. Looks bad. We're just going to move on. We got, though, the port announcement of Chrono Cross coming to the Switch. Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers edition, brings back Chrono Cross, the original game, in addition to the Radical Dreamers thing that I think apparently never got released in North America. Thoughts on
I've
this?
been wasting time on this instead of Chrono Trigger. I don't want to.
So I heard a lot of people saying that on social media, and I am going to echo a sentiment that a lot of people that really, really enjoy Chrono Trigger, and a lot of people that have kind of just been like watching it, and like it's one of their favorite games of all time. So this is a statement that I echo as well.
Yep.
Every single time past the DS remake of Chrono Trigger that Square Enix has tried to do something involving the game of Chrono Trigger, it has been met with an overwhelming groan and eye roll. The mobile port of that game is garbage. The Steam port of that game is garbage. So I think that they were a little bit more afraid of, trying to, in the same time that they're doing the pixel remasters for all of the older Final Fantasies, they didn't want to just kind of like throw Chrono Trigger in there. I think they're kind of like putting it in their holster, waiting for later. But
I'm going to echo what Ricky said. Ricky and I were talking about this during the actual direct. When we saw that Live Alive remake, I don't want to skip too much ahead, but we saw that like 2D HD Live Alive, and we know they're doing Dragon Quest 3, and you know obviously they have Octopath Traveler. Bro, like they got to do Chrono Trigger. They must know. Like that's the perfect game for that style in particular. I think they've got to be doing it.
If they're just
Even if
gonna
it's
have
not
a
a
story-
I think, but I think Chrono Trigger would also be, if they wanted to go the 3D route, it would look cool like Dragon Quest 11.
But
Well,
that's
one thing-
kind
a
of
full remake.
That's
of
true.
yeah.
that's kind of my
to,
point though. If they're going to make a new version of Chrono Trigger, it can't just be a remaster like Chrono Cross is. It
Right,
has
it
to
has to
be
be- right,
It has
right.
to be something big like this. So that's why I think they're not doing Chrono Trigger right now. They're kind of just holstering it and getting it ready for later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair
Also,
though, it's
way
cool that we
less
have
people
Chrono
that,
Cross on a
like,
portable now. That's neat.
Way less people care about / have played / like Chrono Cross. And this might, I don't know, get
The soundtrack's
more people
good.
into it. Yeah, it's getting remastered.
Of course,
too, isn't
soundtrack's
it?
amazing. Yeah.
One thing to note is that this is another part of the Nvidia leak.
Yeah,
So-
so that means
Oh.
FF Tactics and FF9 are getting remakes and a
Oh
remaster.
my God! Please,
FF9
please.
getting the remake and FF Tactics is getting the remaster.
Oh man, if we get, see, I wonder if when you
They're
say
all but
remake for FF9, do you mean like in the style of this Chrono Cross one,
No,
or do you
that's a
mean like
remake.
fully
It's a-
ground
that's a
up?
remake.
A remake, like from the ground up remake.
Oh wow!
Remake
wow!
is like Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what FF9 would be like that. That'd be amazing.
Remaster is like FF Tactics is gonna get like Chrono Cross treatment.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. Tactics still looks cool, so I'm fine with that. Chrono Cross comes out April 7th. And then actually, since we were just talking about Live Alive, I do want to skip just a little bit ahead. And I know it was already on the screen. Yeah, Live Alive coming to North America for the first time ever reaching outside of Japan. Apparently, this is a really cool game. Everyone was saying after the direct, it's a great game.
Really like it.
Me specifically?
That's,
Yeah, I think
I
that makes me
literally,
happy. Good.
I literally, like when I was watching, I reacted to it like later because I was out during when it happened, and
Yeah.
I saw it and I said, I don't know what this is, but I bet either Roger loves this or will love this. That's exactly
You're right.
what I said.
Well, that's it. All right, that guarantees I gotta play this. I mean, I do love Octopath Traveler, and I do love the 2D HD style, and I think it looks cartoony and cool, and lots of different environments and funny. So, yeah, I'm about it. Apparently, it takes place in 7 different timelines, and the stories all converge towards the ending,
Yeah.
but they're their own separate little thing. Yeah, it just looks really cool. The music was great. I think visually it looks neat. Yeah,
Didn't
I
we
can't
think
wait.
this was like Mother or something?
No, we thought
first?
at the very beginning with the cliff. I thought it was Chrono Trigger
I thought
for
it
a
was,
second.
Yeah. I thought it was because I looked away and then I looked. I saw a town. I thought it was Earthbound. Like I thought that was like
No, because
Town.
Earthbound
I,
comes
lost
later,
first, like-
right?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
for
right.
sure. But I remember I blanked out. I looked. I saw the town. I was like, no fucking way. And then I was like, oh shit.
No. 2D HD Earthbound would also be sick, though. Honestly, just like this engine is one of the best ideas Square's
It is.
had in a
It
very,
really
very
is,
long
man.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
want
right,
them
let's
to keep like refining it though. I think
Yeah,
it can look
for
way
sure.
better than it does right
For
now.
sure.
Yeah, like
So we're going to rewind just a little bit. I'm actually going to go in the order of the rewind from Live Alive just to sort of fly through some of these. Portal 1 and Portal 2 coming to Switch. Kind of neat.
Cool.
Really cool. Return of Klonoa.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Klonoa
I'm
comes
so
to
happy.
That's
I've
going to
never
be
actually
fantastic.
played Klonoa before, so I'm excited.
This is your
It's really
opportunity.
fun.
They look
Klonoa.
really good.
Did they say a date for Klonoa?
July 8th.
June?
Yeah.
June or
July,
July?
Oh,
July
wow.
8th,
July
yeah.
8th. Cool. And then
So
July
I
is
have a
also when they're doing
freaking
Live Alive, right?
I have a question about
Man.
Klonoa remake
Yes.
or whatever this
Yes.
is. Okay, so the first Klonoa, when I was doing research because I've never done it, I don't know shit. He was like a sprite. So
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
a remake?
It's-
This is the
yeah.
Wii version, but they've retooled the Wii version to make it more like the original.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So it's kind of a remake.
So on the Wii, he has like a completely different design and everything, but they remade it back to the original design.
Nice.
Oh, I bet yes, because people probably hated that.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the Wii, it was a 3D model as well, and also using 3D models.
Yeah, they both have like completely different shaders. Like
Yeah, they look different.
Klonoa 2 had like outlines and stuff, but they got rid of them in the remaster.
Yeah, this game looks fun. I'm gonna try it.
They're
Can't
genuinely
wait.
really fun platforms. I really hope they succeed. There literally hasn't been one in like 12,
Yes.
13 years.
I've
So
heard
I-
and if it
I
does
really
well, I
hope-
feel like they could potentially make a new one.
yeah, I hope
Yeah.
so, man.
I really hope it does well.
I'm
Just so
sure
it shows that people still like it.
I'm sure the expectations for it from the the people that matter is like on the floor. So even if it performs a little well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Sure.
It's a good release time, like July. Nothing's really in the way of it or anything.
Oh yeah, that does look like a significant difference, Mike. Mike just posted screenshots in the chat. Yeah. While we're on the topic of platformers, let's actually rewind back again a little bit to Kirby and the Forgotten Land. We got a full trailer for the Forgotten Land.
Dude.
The Throat Goat Kirby, as people were calling him.
Don't do that.
Man, you don't really. You knew you didn't have to go there.
I'm reading what the chat said. That's
the
it.
chat hasn't even begun to say those things.
First of
That's
all,
what they said.
Don't blame them.
Kirby doesn't even have a throat, so let's start there. So
That's right. He doesn't. He's a black hole.
So
He isn't anymore. That's
Yeah.
the
Limits. He has limits.
Yeah, that's what's weird to me about this.
Small space
Well, I took it
infant
as
alone.
I took it as that he does it on purpose. Because he
think
can
he
also
does
do
do it on
those
purpose.
things
I
up.
took it as I took it
seems
as like
he's
it's-
struggling with some of them.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
he
like-
is. The real life objects.
Aren't we
That's his
all?
limit.
I think he does have a limit because he needed the Hypernova in order to suck up like large things in 3DS.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's
never
sucked
mind.
up bigger things before, though. I'm not confused.
No.
about that.
But
I
every
think it's
time that
'cause-
he's sucked up something, this sounds so stupid the way we're talking.
We've got to change the phrasing here. Every time he slurped up, every time he slurped up. That's
yes,
better.
yeah.
That's worse.
Just
Yeah,
double down.
slurp's a lot.
Sure, Ricky, you're right. No, use that. Keep going.
That's a lot better.
Every time that
just say
Kirby has
absorb.
inhaled,
Yeah, I was about to say the
every
actual
time he's
technical
inhaled something huge, he's had like a super buff.
No,
or some
but
shit.
the easy
Choking on a
answer is
car,
that they're-
licking on a light bulb.
Yeah.
What else?
Bro, you need to
real-
shut your mouth.
Yeah. Those are the real objects.
Yo, where did he go?
Going to hell.
Show
He's gulping, bro. He's gulping.
What?
He's gulping, man. Kirby's gulping, bro. He's sucking.
I never knew you liked Kirby.
God.
I never knew you
Dude,
liked
I
Kirby.
love that show. We're gonna talk about it later.
You have a whole Kirby
Literally my
enthusiasm.
favorite show in the world.
I do too. I love it. Anyway,
It ain't
moving on.
better than Seinfeld.
But
That's
Chris,
true, actually. Well, that's kind of cap, though. I would say they're neck and neck. I think there are certain
That's
episodes of
what I
Seinfeld that are better than certain episodes of Curb, but I think Curb on the whole is funnier than
Curb is
Seinfeld.
consistent.
Are we doing this right now? Are we doing this right now?
Hold on.
We're doing this
We
right
might.
now.
I don't know if we're gonna get into it right now. This is a tangent. But
yeah.
what do you take away from Seinfeld?
Just shut up.
Did you just
Shut
take
up.
away having
Just
hand
shut
and
up.
fingers?
Just shut up.
No,
Just shut up.
Get it. Point is, this Kirby game looks fucking fantastic.
that's
dude.
right.
It looks like it's gonna be.
Yeah, sure does.
Every
Wait,
choice.
this?
Like
You know, I'm real petty. I'm different. I'm real
Can we do
petty.
like a
This
real
and
quick
RC.
review?
I'm
Hey,
not
bro.
What the
You a
fuck?
real bitch ass nigga. Fuck Ricky.
Hey,
Take your ass back to Zimbabwe or wherever the fuck you were.
You real sick right now, huh?
Easy, bro.
Eat cock.
You real sick right now, huh? Defend Seinfeld again.
Nigga, they're made by the same people, bro. I like both shows.
I know they're made by the same people,
Seinfeld
but
is more
Curb is
consistent.
superior.
It went on for longer. It was good the entire time. What are we really talking about right now?
Well, okay, the last two seasons of
that's a fact.
Seinfeld are questionable because
Cap,
Larry
cap,
David was
cap,
not behind it.
cap,
That is not cap. It is not.
Cap.
Larry David did not write the last two seasons of Seinfeld. He came back for the finale. That's not cap. That's objective fact.
That part's not
Larry's
cap.
written-
But the
I
show
was
is
gonna
still
say-
good, is what I'm saying.
How I Met Your
Of
Mother
course
is
the show's
better.
still good. Of course. Oh, that is
Bro,
cap.
I don't really
That is-
give a fuck about
That is-
idiots if I'm being
Fidel,
honest.
Fidel
Move
is
on
dead.
to the
Honestly,
next topic,
to me,
bro.
Fidel is dead now.
Move
Fidel
on to the next topic. I don't give a
Let's
goddamn.
before we incite a war here. Let's just go back to Curb. Not to Curb. To Kirby. Let's go back to Kirby, not Curb.
All right, before we talk about Kirby, I want to talk about how I want to curb stop Fidel for saying that.
Wait, what did you say to Roger, Fidel? What did you say to Roger?
Ever, Ricky.
What song is this?
Roger, you gotta say your monologue while that music's playing, bro. Hurry up.
Okay, play the music again. I got it.
Turn that shit back on.
Turn it back on. Turn it back on.
Hold on, everybody.
If I ever catch Fidel on the street and he comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Roger, I'm Canadian. How I Met Your Mother is better than Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm," I swear on all that is
Hold on,
holy,
hold on,
that I will take a glove out, because I don't wanna slap his face with my own bare hands. I will take a glove out. I will
What dimension is he in right now?
And I will say, Fidel, you shut
got a new
your
Kirby game.
mouth.
Roger, I just know he didn't actually say that. Are you lying to me right now?
He did actually just say that.
No, Fidel, you said How I Met Your Mother's better than Seinfeld?
Now, listen, to be fair,
Yo,
I
get out of here.
You're
Get him out of here.
tweaking!
question, bro. That's a yes.
No,
or
get
no
him out of here.
question.
No. Here's the answer. He knows.
No.
He knows that he's wrong.
Damn, he's gone.
He had to be gone. I mean, he can't be in here. He cannot be in this Discord anymore. He's kicked off the show permanently. He's been kicked off before. Tito, congratulations, Chris. Chris, congratulations. You're the new 10th member of Japan Time.
This was the straw that broke the
This is it.
back.
This is the straw that broke the camel's
Yeah, no,
back.
I
You're
can't
done.
fuck with that.
Chris,
I'm
we just
glad to be
opened the
here.
Japan Time merch store, japantime.shop. You're going to get a cut of that merchandise now that you're an actual member of the crew. Fidel's not seeing a goddamn cent of that money. Welcome.
I can't wait to be removed in 45
Awesome.
minutes when we're
my
talking about
paperwork
Xenoblade.
finally went through. That's fantastic.
I hope my next blink is my last.
Living this. This is your
It's
moment.
everyone's favorite Kirby
Fidel
song.
said, "How I Met Your Mother better than
I
Curb Your
like the
Enthusiasm."
one from The Amazing Mirror when you fight Meta Knight. I like that
Nice.
one.
That's a good choice.
I think Fidel needs to take a look in the Amazing Mirror and actually apologize and consider his life.
shut the fuck up for 5 seconds.
Whoa! All this hostility today. Fidel, what you doing back here, my boy?
I
like,
didn't, they dragged me back in.
Green
Nah,
Garden
get him out.
Kirby
I don't want-
64.
Get him out of my sight.
Nice, bro. Kirby 64 has a great soundtrack.
Hey,
I like that. Kirby Air
I
Ride
made
song
it.
that goes.
Oh, that's a banger.
That's a good one.
That's a
Which
good
one's
one.
Menu.
What's the name of the game where Kirby's a ball the whole time and you draw on the
Canvas
DS?
Curse.
Oh, no.
Canvas
Rainbow
Curse.
Curse. I love Rainbow
Rainbow
Curse.
Curse? Yeah, I like the
Yo.
theme from Rainbow Curse. I like that one.
Yo, fun fact: did you know that they changed a bunch of the Kirby game names in Europe?
I did not. What are they called?
They're all fucked up.
So, Canvas Curse is
definitely
called
not the
Power
name of the
Paintbrush. Canvas Curse is called Power Paintbrush. Squeak Squad is called Mouse Attack.
Okay.
Return
better
to
name.
Dreamland for some reason is just called Adventure Wii, which makes it just confusing. I don't know why it's Kirby's Adventure, but yeah, those are the main 3 off the top of my head. I think there might be a couple more.
What's everybody's favorite Kirby form?
I don't have one.
Mike. It's the mic.
Mouth.
Actually,
that
Hammer's
little
pretty
nigga
good,
starts
too.
screaming.
Is that Yell?
Yeah, it's the mic one
Is
where
that-
he like you
is that
use it
Peso
3
Kirby?
times. Yeah, Peso P Kirby. But real answer, Cutter. Cutter is great.
Is that the one?
The boomerang.
For me.
That's the boomerang one, right?
Boomerang,
The one where he
yeah.
has the
Yeah.
helmet.
I like
was-
UFO, honestly. I'm a fan of UFO.
I like
You guys don't like the new dragon one that he has now?
Hey, man, I
Look,
haven't
I
played
like
it.
it, but at the same time,
Real
I've had
crust.
Cutter Kirby forever. So, Cutter
was-
Kirby, my ride or die.
You got him
about-
moving to something
Speaking
brand
of
new.
Color
Yeah.
Kirby, the upgradable powers look sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah, they do.
The chakram, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
This game is just like shocking me. I thought it was gonna be like a very traditional Kirby, but in 3D. But they're adding so much to it.
Did you guys?
No,
know
this
the
feels like,
difficulty
honestly,
settings?
this feels like Kirby's Odyssey moment.
It
is
does.
What
It really
feels like.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're revolutionizing it.
It has a hard mode, which is
It
exciting.
has hard mode. It has fucking
Really?
timed
Yeah.
buffs you can buy.
Ooh.
They did say too, if you remember this, when we first talked about this it wasn't years ago, but it was like a year and a half ago, when we brought up that rumor that Hal was saying their next Kirby game is like being worked on to be the best one they've ever made.
Yeah.
I believe them. Like that's obviously their goal with this
You
one.
should always believe Hal. They're like consistently putting out good shit.
There you go.
I don't know if they've ever disappointed me.
Did they explain how you evolve the copy abilities at
It
all? Did
looks
they go
like
into
you-
anything
you-
about
you
that?
It's a shop you buy, you
find
pay
it-
for
yeah.
them.
You have to find blueprints in the game, and then you have to spend money to like have them worked on.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this mouthful mode, it's just like
Hey, yo.
a new
what it's
mechanic
called.
for
Yeah, it's
for
just a
the
mechanic.
I didn't make that up. It's just like a new mechanic for.
Talking about Bowser, you talking about Bowser? Hey, Ricky Freaky Dinky, bro. Ricky Freaky Dinky, bro.
Don't look at this. Don't look at. No, you can't put this on me.
boy
Don't look
Ricky
at
is
the direct.
freaky
It was on the direct. I swear.
Yeah,
In mouthful
directly
mode.
in your mouth, mouthful mode, man. You freaky
said-
dinky, bro.
Did you just call him
I didn't make that up.
man?
Like I said, I didn't make that up. I'm weak.
It's just a mechanic for traversing the world. It didn't look like it was. It didn't look like it was there really for
It's-
combat.
Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
it's like the Odyssey.
It's
Like,
like
Yeah,
puzzle
Odyssey.
solving. It's a puzzle solver.
Exactly. Okay. All right.
On the topic of your favorite like Kirby abilities, I gotta say, if you haven't seen it yet, Ricky's reaction to the arch mouth, where he's like floating in the sky, was just like one of the funniest things. 'Cause I had him on the Discord call, and he was just losing it, man. And I like of all the forms, I don't know what it was, but seeing like Kite Kirby flying in the sky, floating
It was
around,
just
and
so
hovering.
stupid, man.
The funniest one to me is
None of them look redeemable. None of them look
No.
respectable, but it's just like
It was funny.
I don't
though.
know.
Your reaction
Yeah.
was funny.
The fucking Cohen is my favorite one, bro. That shit.
Oh, you mean
geeks me.
VLC media plan?
VLC
Right,
media
VLC
player,
media
bro.
player, right.
that was a bar.
Oh man, that was fun. Lightbulb Kirby, my beloved. What is this, Mike?
That is like
I do like Lightbulb Kirby. He's cute. But yeah, Forgotten Lands coming out very soon, March 25th. It's gonna be great. Looking forward to that. Yeah, right around the corner, a couple episodes away.
Are y'all
and
streaming
then,
it? Quick question before you go on.
I mean,
Are
yeah.
y'all streaming it?
Of course, it's content. Of course.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's go.
I think most of us will probably be streaming it. Another thing I will definitely be streaming, probably against all of you, was one of the surprise hits of this direct. Something I don't think any of us saw coming.
Is this it?
The return of Wii Sports. We are getting Nintendo Switch.
I'm not buying it.
I'm also not buying it.
Where's boxing?
I'm gonna be.
Let's not get too excited. Where's boxing?
Okay,
Gambar is better. It's fine.
Now, I have to be completely honest. Would this game have done better if it launched as a Switch launch title?
Yes.
100%. Of course it would have. Of course, naturally.
1-2 switch, we would be in another dimension right now.
Of course.
That's where the
Because
timeline
I
split.
see this now and I'm like, who fucking cares?
I care, bro. A lot of
Yeah,
people.
of course you care.
Especially if this is not a $60 game, like if this is a more budget release.
Roger,
dude, I
Roger,
think
look at
it's
me.
gonna
Roger,
sell.
look at me. Roger, look at me. This is a $60 game.
I'm pretty sure it's 40 on the eShop.
I think it's 40. It's 40.
40.
It's $40.
Is it
We checked.
really?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
40,
Yeah. Because I'm like, for 40, I'm fine with that.
Easy.
40 is still kind of steep for.
I mean,
something
yeah,
that
everybody-
kinda
everybody
still
was
feels-
everything. It doesn't
It
matter.
depends on how deep these sports are. Because I've been playing Wii Sports Resort recently for the first time, and some of them are like very expansive. So
Well,
if
that's
they're
kind
like
of
that,
like what they brought back the sword fighting from Wii Sports
Yeah.
Resort. Yeah.
and they're like upgrading it too. There's like more to it.
Yeah, it looks really cool. So we're actually the sports that are going to be in this one initially. They said that golf is coming later as DLC, but the initial sports are of course tennis, the classic from the Wii. We got tennis. We've got the sword fighting from Wii Sports Resort. We've got a new form of soccer, which this I found to be very interesting because Strikers is coming out like within 2 months of this game coming out too. So
Yeah.
it seems weird that there's 2 first-party soccer games, but okay. We've got like oversized soccer. It looks a lot like Rocket League actually is the best way to describe
Yeah,
it.
very physics based.
Very physics based. We've got, of course, the return of the other classic game from the original Wii Sports. We got bowling. We've got the game where you're hitting around the shuttlecock. That is badminton. We got
Just say
badminton coming in there.
badminton, come
You
on.
said
And-
what?
That's what
You
it's
said
called, bro.
That's what
And
it's
then
called.
it's called the shuttlecock. I don't know what you want me to say. It's a shuttlecock that you're hitting around.
Keep saying
Oh, okay. No, I just
then-
didn't hear
yeah.
you before. You said shuttlecock. Okay, I got it.
Shuttlecock. Yes, cock.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay.
Oh, mouthful.
Are
mode.
y'all like 8
Mouthful
years
mode,
old?
man. Get some ideas.
And then
That's
finally,
what's going on.
and then finally,
I'm tired of you, my guy.
I'm sorry. And then finally, the last game, of course, is volleyball. We've got volleyball coming back. You can play Haikyuu with your favorite Miis. I think that's going to be
Where's
fun.
where's the plane mode? Where is that?
Woohoo Island's at, bro.
Lane mode.
The plane game.
From
Wii
Sports Resort.
Yeah,
They're gonna
where's
milk
that?
you guys dry with DLC. They're gonna
Deal-
milk
Bro.
you dry.
Apparently.
Hey, yo.
Oh, we should also mention
Look,
golf.
the phrasing was not. It's actually a colloquial. People use this. This is a normal aphorism.
You're milking me.
I said. They're. I'm not gonna keep explaining myself.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo!
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo!
So I can't say anything. I'm just gonna shut up.
Yo.
We talking about mouthful mode, shuttlecocks, and getting milked. That's a lot, Ricky.
Yo.
Hey, yo!
Being isolated for 4 years changed the man, bro.
Y'all different. It ain't me that's different. It's y'all.
One of the things that you can actually clearly see from the menu screen of this is it's locally you can play with 4 people. Globally and with friends, it's only 2-player though.
That's for local like play.
Are you sure? Because it says play
Yeah.
with friends globally, and it's 1 to 2.
It says
Roger,
that's
they literally
for
showed a
local
multiplayer.
communication.
They literally showed a segment for multiplayer where there's an 8-player lobby.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's for like on one system. So you and a person in your room can go
got
online.
Got it.
You guys think
Oh,
there'll
yeah,
be
no,
a
I've
you
seen
think
the
there'll
lobby
be an
thing.
esports scene for this game?
I swear to God, if I see one, I'm
What are you doing?
not playing video games anymore.
What do you mean? What am I
Amara
doing?
kind of go crazy.
You don't think the
Wait,
e-boys and the e-girls don't like the game, bro?
No. Shelby, you can't call them e-girls anymore. There was that article, remember?
Yeah, Roger, did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about this.
They said that they're gonna start calling e-girls i-ladies instead.
Oh, really?
I-ladies.
Like,
I-ladies, that's on your forehead, guys!
This is Lady Ligma joke, bro. I hate this, bro.
What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? What just happened?
I just can't believe it.
What just happened?
Oh
That
my
was
god.
crazy.
So that's what's happening tonight. So that's where we going, huh? So we really here, okay? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Me and Chris had that shit cooking up in the back.
I just can't believe y'all did this
You just-
every time.
What?
Oh, no.
One day.
Okay. All right.
Bro, I just opened up my
you
DM.
weren't
You
screaming, though.
What do you mean you
Wait,
did? I had asked.
But I need to
had
know.
asked.
I need to
It
know.
sounded so absurd.
No, I know, but I need to know what was the "We Got Him, Boys." What did you say? Like, what was the punchline? Because I couldn't even hear it.
I said e-girls want to be called i-ladies now.
Right, and but the punchline was
I-ladies,
say
that's
it,
on your
find
forehead.
I still couldn't hear it. Wait,
I-ladies,
what?
that's on your forehead, bro.
Ladies.
God.
I'm gonna let you know.
boy.
I opened up my DMs right after we did that about a minute ago. Shofu said this. I see one Discord notification. I'm gonna start talking esports. I did not see this message.
The longest episode, bro.
Y'all should
I
know.
thought it was like internet ladies or something like that. So I'm like, okay, what is?
I thought
where's
you
he
were going
with
OnlyFans
this?
direction
I'm
too.
really
I
over here
wasn't
talking
sure.
Rudy Gobert.
I'm
Bro?
not even, let's not even do this. All right. So anyway, so we got bowling. Okay, Nintendo Switch Sports. Anything else about this? Let's. Okay, I want to say this.
Oh, we're
I
still
wanna say
talking
this.
about this?
I am happy. I am very happy that they're allowing you to use your Mii's and that you don't have to
Yeah.
use like the
They
weird
have
whatever these things are.
You don't make
squirrel.
any Mii's anymore.
Look like Nintendo.
Right.
Oh, we're
you don't
using your
dare.
Mii for sure.
I don't-
We're
I
definitely
don't-
using your Mii.
No, we're not using. We're not using the Mii's.
using that Mii.
I'm using your
You're
livelihood,
good at-
Ricky. I'm
You're
gonna use your
going to be
livelihood, Ricky.
canceled.
I'm gonna use your livelihood,
Listen.
Ricky.
If y'all want to know, if y'all want to,
points in bowling.
if you dare use that,
I
Mii
will never
today.
use your Mii. I promise. I
You're-
will never use your Mii. That's not gonna
It's-
happen.
I specifically will use your me and not even mine.
I'm gonna repost it after the show on my Twitter.
God.
I'm gonna repost it after the show. The me that Roger made of me almost 20 years ago, and you're gonna see the nonsense that this man's been up to. You're canceled tonight. You're canceled tonight, bro.
I think.
Oh my
wasn't that-
God.
that was an early episode of Japan Time, wasn't it? Because wasn't the whole thing that I'm trying to remember this, Mike? Maybe you remember this. Didn't you make an intro for us using the Mii fighters in Smash?
Oh,
4?
yeah, I
Wasn't
remember
that
that.
big? And so we all needed to
Oh,
submit a
yeah.
Mii fighter, and we submitted
God,
Ricky's
bro.
Mii.
No, no.
That was what. Oh my God.
Hold on, I'm gonna post this on Twitter right now if I can find
we were,
this.
we were laughing.
You might.
at these
I gotta see you get canceled live on air. Actually,
No, stop this.
Hold on.
We were watching the direct. Ricky and I were watching the direct at the same time, and we both had that thought when we saw the Mii's. We're like, we're not using your Mii ever. We're never gonna
Dude,
use your Mii.
that was so funny.
Never gonna be. Oh man.
When I find this joint, it's gone.
Oh, it was
it's
funny.
up.
It was funny. All right.
You don't like
moving on. So
the little
online-
characters though that they got instead of the Mii's in there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
No, I don't like those little characters. We're getting an online playtest, by the way, too, which is cool.
Yeah.
When is that
You gotta
supposed
sign
to
up
be?
for it. Make sure you
Oh, you
sign
can
up
sign up
for
for
it.
it right now, actually.
Oh, you can. Oh, so it
Yeah.
says February 18th to 20th is the actual playtest.
I can link
And
it if
then,
you
yeah, let's see this.
You have
Wait,
to like
it just doesn't-
register on My Nintendo for some reason. You can't just download it on the eShop.
Can you find
Weird. You have to do it on
okay.
My Nintendo. Is it like on the redemption page for the rewards?
Let me get this for you.
My Nintendo.
Yeah, there.
Oh, awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, links to register for the Switch Sports online playtest. Oh, yeah, platinum points. 0 platinum points. You just register and that's it. You can download it. That's awesome. Yeah, well, we'll be playing this just a couple days. It's going to be great. Then what else did we get? We got Taiko Drum Master. We got the release of the new demo for Triangle Strategy, which comes out in 2 weeks, which is excellent. Can't wait for that.
That comes out
We
in
got-
2 weeks. Oh my
Yeah.
lord!
Yeah, March 4th.
They
Yeah.
showed that
Yeah,
game so
like,
much, and I
like,
still
look.
didn't even know when that came out.
Yeah.
The release schedule for the next couple days. This is just my bad for taking over, but we have Elden Ring, we have Triangle Strategy, something I'm forgetting. We have Mario
Horizon.
Kart. We have Horizon. We have Mario Kart, and then Kirby. That's all like in a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna die.
Too many games, bro.
It's that simple.
Oh, should we mention what the Mario Kart? We'll talk about that later, I guess.
Oh, yeah, we're getting. Yeah, I was gonna say we're getting there. We got other stuff still. Yeah, because we had the demo for Triangle Strategy. We got another trailer for the Cuphead DLC, which looks fantastic. Can't wait to play that. We got the announcement of a Dread mode coming to Metroid Dread, which is you die in one hit, which means I'm never playing that mode.
And a
Not
baby
me.
mode. You got
And,
the baby, don't die mode.
Rookie mode, right?
Little
Right,
Timmy
right.
wants to play Metroid. He's
Baby
like,
bitch
I
mode.
can't do anything.
I think that's good though, honestly. I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
is,
it'll open the open the floodgates for people who weren't able to beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids probably can't beat Dread, to be honest. Like really.
I'm excited for the boss rush they're putting in April. I think the boss rush will be super fun.
Cool.
I think it'll lead up to an expansion. I feel like there is gonna be like a new mini planet expansion. I don't know. I just seen
What?
random
For Metroid?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. I just feel like
I
they're
don't
doing
think
these
so.
2 free. I just feel like they're doing these 2 free upgrades. I feel like naturally maybe like at E3 they announced like a big expansion comes
Stay
out
off
like you know.
the crack.
Does the game
I'm
have the
just
New
saying
Game
it's
Plus?
not.
Has Metroid ever done that?
No, I don't think so.
Like, I feel like at E3 people would be more excited for hearing Metroid Prime 4 news than they.
I mean, they could do
I
both.
think
They
if
could
they
do like,
shifted
They could
the
do. I mean,
Dread
Metroid
expansion,
Prime
you
4,
could
but there's
Dread
also
and then
that
it
rumor
leads.
about the Prime 1 remake too.
Yeah.
The thing is, I just with Nintendo DLC, they could do anything, bro. These motherfuckers pop in like 6 months later, be like, oh, suddenly we're adding DLC to this game. That's why I still think it's possible.
It's just like not something that they do for Metroid. Samus goes on a mission, and at the end of the game, the mission's done. And then the purpose of Metroid is
Yeah.
how fast can you get through the mission.
Yeah, but they could do so
I
many
think
things.
the only
like
game
Glitch.
that has something to do with
Can you believe this? Can you believe this?
you cannot show this.
Yo, I just tweeted it. I just tweeted it. Everybody go see what Roger. I just tweeted.
To be fair, okay, no. Don't say, this man said what Roger did. No. This man's forgetting a key thing. He hands me. No, Ricky, do you remember this? I was at
There's
your
no
house.
story that can redeem you from this. There's no
The only
explanation.
redemption is that you literally made this on your 3DS.
You gotta check the Twitter.
There's
This
no
is
way.
crazy. This
I
is
know,
crazy,
but-
man.
Ricky,
Oh
my
my
god. People
Yeah,
aren't gonna know
bro.
that you're joking, and that's gonna
And
give me
Ricky
trouble.
Cocaine.
You people gotta know.
Oh
that you're
my
kidding.
gosh.
This is, you gotta clarify this. This is you came back. You used to be able to joke like you came back at a time. You can't joke about that kind of thing. That is-
I can't joke about this.
Roger, you're literally fine, bro. You're literally fine.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm
That shit is bad
careful,
funny.
Ricky.
Gosh.
You know what? Delete. You know what?
This
Delete that
message.
You're very eyebrows.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I really don't know
This
what.
is
What
crazy.
would he even get canceled over when that looks just like
No,
him,
it's
for real,
not.
for real. Like,
This Shofu. Hold on, Shofu.
Huh, what's
Hold on, Shofu. Yeah, you know what? You know where we going.
where we go?
My manhwa.
So this is what we doing.
You know where we're going.
So this is what we doing.
Oh no, my mom.
You can never say nothing to me again, boy. You can never say nothing to me again, boy. You can never say nothing every time. That's about to be the situation.
You know what?
Mama.
No, you know what?
Say that again,
First of all, right? My chat held me down. My chat held me down in incredible ways.
What they say? What they say?
What you mean
Chad,
what
you
they
know
say?
better than this.
No,
You
no,
can't
no.
stand up for this.
He
Don't
even-
stand up for
he don't
this.
even understand.
This is crazy.
He don't even understand, chat. He wasn't here. He don't understand what happened, man. He don't understand. Y'all held me down, man.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Y'all really solid in the chat for real, man.
Oh my gosh, bro. This is really crazy. It really be your own people. It really
be your own people.
It really be your own people.
So that don't look just like you.
I just want to say that we've been going for like an hour 30 and we haven't even touched Xenoblade.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
A lot of
Like,
good stuff.
you need to calm down.
There's a lot of stuff we got to get through.
When we get to
We got a
Xenoblade,
lot of
it's
stuff.
gonna-
Yeah, we got to get through the good stuff first.
Focus
we gotta
up,
get
focus
into
up,
it.
focus up,
Okay,
focus
we'll
up.
focus. So anyway, so moving on. So we got Earthbound coming to Nintendo Switch Online. We got Earthbound coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Earlier in the day, Itoi mentioned that there was going to be some type of Earthbound-related announcement, and that you should watch it, which is pretty cool. And then we ended up getting Earthbound on the SNES,
Nice.
and we got Earthbound Beginnings on the NES, which is pretty
Very
great.
Weird how there's a third game, but it's not there. I don't really understand.
Well, while we're on the topic of that third
what's
game, there was
also
actually
funny?
a tribute that was made today that was very good
that was
from
so good.
Ami,
It was
who's the guy who did that
perfect.
fake leak. Yeah, I mean, it literally looks incredible. If you haven't looked up Mother 3 tribute, Curiomatic is his channel, right? Curiomatic? I think it's Artsy Omni's new
Yeah.
channel. Check it out. It is absolutely beautiful. That Mother 3 fan animation is like one of the prettiest.
yeah.
I would honestly, could we watch this live on
Money.
stream? Let's watch this live on
You
stream.
might as
Show
well.
folks.
You gotta promote
Yeah,
all
let's
this
do
stuff.
this.
so
Let's
much
watch
to
this live on
go
stream.
through.
I know, but I mean, it's so
Just-
good, and we're on the top of the
It's
Earthbound
a
anyway.
slight,
Just have it play in the
slight
background.
little
But I've never seen
detour.
5 minutes.
Slight
It's 5
detour.
minutes, it's not-
I've never even seen this before. Hold on. Okay.
It's really pretty. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you're gonna
put it
love
on.
it, man.
Also,
gotta watch it right
before we
here.
do this, Itoi saw this and tweeted about it, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's really cool.
Oh, let me join the little watch party.
Or retweeted something about it. I don't know. I can't read Japanese, but I know I saw it on his page.
Yeah, let's watch this.
There's also a funny parallel with Mother coming on, or Earthbound coming on Nintendo
go.
Switch Online, and then the new news that came out today.
Or spoilers in this, kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's like Mother 3
Look at him.
out for a long time.
Don't
looks
say
so
to be
good.
fair, it's been out for a long time.
I'm
when
actually
90% of
really
the
mad
people here
watching it.
haven't
It's not
played
cool,
it.
man. It's really not.
I think a good majority of our audience has probably played it.
It's
You know what I
really
mean?
upsetting, man.
No, that's fair.
Is there really spoilers in here? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it's
very
it's
light.
game.
Like a
Yeah, you
respectable
wouldn't know
trailer.
otherwise.
Trailer, yeah.
It's a beautiful trailer.
Man, I'm so upset.
This shit look kind of crazy.
They could never really give us this as like a full game, though. In this style, I don't know.
And
They
they made a
could.
game like this. They did Link's Awakening, and it looks
if they
like
use the
this.
Link's
They
Awakening engine. They
could.
definitely could.
Man.
Is that Woody from Toy Story?
Come on, man. That's Flint. Come on, man.
Show for a fool tonight, man.
Zap yo dumbass.
Lucas is dead. Lucas dies right there, bro.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch. I'm the juggernaut.
Mustard.
I'm mad that Lucas isn't just standing on one side of the screen and throwing out that damn fucking red ass fucking yard or whatever the fuck he throws out.
This is kind of crazy. So what exactly is this? Isn't an actual
It's just
game?
a fan
It's not a
animation.
game. It's
guys.
just
Oh, this is
yeah.
an animation. Holy shit. This looks like it took a lot of work.
Yeah.
How long did they say it took them to make this? Does anybody know?
I'd say like.
Hey, he was hitting it.
I think they said, yeah, it was a full year.
Wait, they can make this in a year? That's kind of crazy.
Chad is saying 2 years.
Did anybody
2
get
years,
paid?
okay.
2 years in the chat, yeah.
Was this a passion project or is this for some profit? Like, what's going on?
No, this is a passion project, yeah.
Everything mother related is always a passion project. Until they get
I mean, it literally looks like this could be
This shit is
the
insane
game.
looking.
Like this, if I saw this in a direct, I would ascend to heaven.
Holy shit.
It's
Do you
beautiful.
think that with as popular as this is getting, that this is on Nintendo's radar at all?
Of course, this is on Nintendo. Dude, in the words of well, I'm not gonna say who, but Nintendo knows everything, man. So yes, this is on their radar, I'm sure. Yeah.
This shit looks
In a
fucking
good way or
crazy.
bad way, though?
No, I
'Cause
mean
this
they're
is
aware
kind of
of
showing
every-
them up.
I think they're aware. I think of most projects. I would imagine that are fan
That seems
projects,
so cool.
right? I think it's depending on if they would ever make anything or not, right? Like I think if they were ever to make Mother 3, then maybe they would run into an issue. But I can't imagine they would be making a Mother 3 remake anytime soon.
That shit looks so clean, like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it
Like,
looks
that shit-
beautiful. Yeah, that tribute
That's
was awesome.
quality.
Even the music remix and everything was great. I just thought beginning to end it was perfect. Well, I'm glad we watched that. I'm surprised you didn't see that yet.
I mean, I've actually never played any of the Earthbound and their Mother games before. I've just.
Well, now you got a good opportunity because it is on Nintendo Switch Online. So
Why
if you
would
wanna,
I ever need that to play the game? Why? Do you not know who the fuck I am? I be selling the 7 Seas, my brother. I be
that's right, I
out
forgot
here
about that.
with the Samoans.
Well,
my brother.
I just want my hands are up. I do
I'm
not
looking for the
condone,
One
you know,
Piece,
I'm
my
just saying
brother.
my hands are up. I think I'm looking for the One Piece too, but I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
These credits are.
I won't do that.
I'm
not
just
doing
saying.
it. Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you got Nintendo Switch Online, you should play Earthbound.
No, I might
Like
play
I
it.
said, if I was gonna play Earthbound, it wouldn't be on the goddamn Switch.
Again,
Where
my
else
hands
are
are
you gonna play it on the PlayStation? What are you talking
Okay,
about?
moving on. Anyways, moving on.
That is the craziest statement I've ever heard in my life.
Y'all really
Here we go. So then we got Getsu Fumaden, we got a bunch of other stuff we don't care about, and then finally we got
HQ and
Mario
Rod this
Kart DLC. Mario Kart DLC.
I don't know, my man Andrew Coleman
We are
slid
not
in.
getting Mario Kart
Different,
now.
bro.
Now
Yes,
I wanna say something right here
Well,
because
let's
we
go.
said this on last week's
You did.
show
That's true.
that got lost to history, and I'm standing by this. This is one of the dumbest things I have ever heard from a content creator in my entire life.
Oh, we're doing this
Go,
again.
go, go,
Stupidest,
go.
most
Go, go, go.
unbelievable things.
Go.
There
Don't
was.
do this.
I'm not gonna say the name. I'm not
Say
gonna
the
say the
name.
name.
Say
I'm
the
not
name.
doing it. I'm not gonna
Say
do
with
that.
you.
I'm not doing that. Ricky already was trying to make me out to be some villain making memes. I'm not doing it. So we're not doing this. But I will say there was somebody who put out a video who said in the video, "Man, this sucks. I wish this DLC was a full game." And they said it should be Mario Kart Superstars. Bro, why?
Fuck
Why
yourself.
would you want to pay $60 for something you could pay $25 for, or get it with the expansion pass?
Look at the
Why would you want a
others,
full
bro.
game?
Bro, let me
Oh
tell you
my
something.
God.
These people, they're all
You
like,
already
they're all
own
like,
Mario Kart 8. Why would you not just pay $25?
Oh
I
my
have to be
God.
$25 to get 48. Like, shut your ass up.
Oh
You're gonna
my-
buy this DLC. You're
my
gonna
God.
stream it. You're gonna make content out of it. And you're like, then you're gonna make a video like, I was wrong about Mario Kart because you're gonna play that shit. So shut the fuck up. I
mean,
I'm
Fidel?
good. Anyways,
I
I'm
mean,
good.
God.
I'm okay, man. I'm good.
Yo, Fidel, take your own
You saw
advice
it.
for a second.
You saw it.
I'm
Fidel.
sure there's a lot of people that don't like how Mario Kart 8 plays and would have maybe
That's
preferred
cap. Why are those
something
people?
new.
I've never
No,
met
no, no, no,
I've
no.
never met
I-
anyone who just
I-
like how Mario
I-
Kart
I-
8 plays.
I-
Ever.
I-
Mario
There are a
Kart 8.
lot
Never.
of people
I
who
am
don't
kind
like
of
Mario
in that
Never
camp
heard
because
that.
I hate the coin system in Mario
Hey,
Kart.
yo.
That is me because I actually miss snaking. I didn't like the way it didn't.
I'm just saying the average human being
Most
is
people like 8
gonna
more.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people.
Well,
So-
because most people play Mario Kart for like a month and a half, and then they don't play it for another 6.
Yeah.
And they play it again for 6 months, and then they play it for 3 weeks when everyone's like, "Let's play Mario Kart," and then
It's
they
so
all.
fun.
No, it's because it's Mario Kart.
No, but it's
Like-
fun too.
So
It's
you're
not.
saying
It's
Mario Kart
definitely
isn't
fun.
fun.
I like
What
Mario
I'm
Kart
saying
8.
is-
I
what
think
I'm
it's
saying
good.
is that literally every Mario Kart is like fills the same role. It scratches the same itch, regardless of gameplay. Regardless of gameplay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What are we gonna act like people playing Mario Kart year round? Because that's cap.
No.
Mario
But I
Kart Wii
think
is
it's
literally right there.
I know a couple people who play
Yeah.
Mario Kart year round. I was
People
like,
play
that's not
Mario
a.
Kart Wii year round for 10 years.
Yeah.
It is the de facto for like a party. If you over Mario Party.
I mean, it's almost 10 years old. This one specifically, so clearly the gameplay, like people enjoy it.
Sure
enough. Like,
Yeah, people like it, but
Well, I mean, there's also
I can
not
see
a lot
why
that
there
you
would
can
be
really
people-
play on the Switch with a lot of friends that,
Yeah.
you know. You get 10 people together. Hey, we're trying to play something on the Switch. Well, we can't play Mario Party.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just play Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, I mean, we were losing it when we were watching
I'm
this the
just-
other day.
yeah,
I was
I
like,
was
man,
happy,
the fact that this is going to be included with the expansion pack too, I think is great because there were a lot of
good
people who
value.
were angry that it felt like they were paying for Animal Crossing, and I feel like
going to be a trend.
I do
Yes.
think this is going to be a trend. I think they're going to keep adding things
It
to the
better
expansion
be.
pack.
I
yeah.
think this is worth mentioning. If all you do in Mario Kart 8 is play worldwide or regional, you don't need to buy the DLC.
Yeah, you get all the tracks for.
Oh,
free.
really?
So
it's not
how
like-
it works is when the DLC comes out, it won't be put into matchmaking right away.
Rotation. Okay.
So all you can do
With
is
your
play on
friends.
in-friend lobbies. But on the
Right.
22nd, the DLC gets added to matchmaking for everybody, regardless of whether you bought it or not.
okay.
Yeah, I was about
Right,
to say, I
because you
heard a
can't-
rumor that as long as one person, the person that's hosting the lobby has the
Yeah,
DLC,
Yeah,
everybody
that's how
and
it
everybody
works
gets
for
it.
all DLC.
which is a very I
interesting.
am super down with that idea. That is a fantastic way to not only keep people playing the game, but maybe incentivize at least one person out of a friend group is like, oh, I'm not going to be here this week. Oh, I'll pick up the tracks. That way everybody else can pool money. It's a very fantastic idea.
Well, also there's the like you can just family plan the expansion pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what most people are.
The family
do
plan
get
makes
the-
the expansion pass
Yeah.
laughably cheap.
I just think either way, like 48 tracks or 25
It's a
bucks
good
either
deal.
way, It's a good
It's a
ass
really
deal.
good deal.
Yeah, even if the tracks aren't like as
All
good
bangers.
looking
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it's still gonna be fun.
as like
The part-
if we get like I'm trying to think of a I'm trying to think of a bad Mario Kart track.
The part I'm content
Rainbow
with
Roads
DLC,
after SNES. There you go.
the part
That's
I'm
bad.
content with this DLC is
Shut up.
that
Yes.
I'm glad that they're bringing the Mario Kart Tour tracks because I've
Yes.
never played any of
Yeah.
those.
Bro,
Yeah.
And
So
Tour
Ninja
has
Hideaway?
some really awesome
I gotta
tracks
show
that are
you
locked
that song.
behind that
Hold on.
game. They have there's a Tokyo track, the Paris track. There's an LA
Ninja
course that's really
Ninja
cool.
Hideaway.
Yeah. It's like
Vancouver's really good.
I gotta get that.
Vancouver's
Yeah,
awesome.
I
Yeah.
like the Vancouver.
Vancouver.
This song is crazy.
Oh, Ninja Hideaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
The bass in it is really good. I love it.
Yeah.
Ninja Hideaway reminds me of like a CTR track. There's so many different routes you can take.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. 25
like-
Ninja.
Yeah, you're doubling the size of the game
Yeah.
for 25
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah. And
Didn't
it's
they
coming
do
in
this
6
before, too?
waves.
They
Each one
doubled the
is.
size?
What'd you say?
The last time they announced, like years ago, when they announced the original,
That
DLC,
was
they doubled the
half.
size?
Half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think what's cool is like this is sort of gonna replace. It's not exactly the same, but like every time there was a direct coming around, the consistent would be like, oh, they're gonna reveal a Smash character, right? So now the consistent is gonna be like, oh, like they're gonna show the next pack of Mario Kart DLC.
Yeah.
And people can like speculate which ones are gonna come back and stuff. And Mario Kart is big enough that it's way bigger than Science that'll
What
warrant
a,
like
what a downgrade.
yeah, it's right.
Are there
That
any
is a
tracks
big
people are really hoping to come back?
Waluigi
I
Pinball or
would
shut
love
the
to
fuck up.
see. I would love to see either Wario Stadium or Calamari Desert from 64.
Ooh, yeah.
Maple Tree Away.
I think those are
track right
guaranteed.
there.
The mushroom. What is it? Mushroom.
Mushroom Gorge.
Mushroom
Mushroom
Gorge.
Yeah, 100% from the Wii. Dino
Delfino
Jungle.
Plaza, I think would be nice.
Yeah, Delfino Plaza, Dino Jungle.
What's the Wario ship?
Oh, the
Wario Shipyard? Isn't that
Yeah.
confirmed? Or no?
Is that in?
Not yet. No.
That stage was crazy.
Airship Fortress, right? Or is it different? Oh no, that's different. The Wario one's
Like the
on
shipwreck, right?
3DS. Yeah, it's on 3DS. Yeah. That one's good.
And the Woohoo levels.
Yeah, all the one-way racetracks that started in 7 should be there.
What else is
Yeah,
there? I
Mario
mean, there's just
Kart.
the Wario Coliseum or whatever is what it's called, right?
Someone said the last cup, the Blue Shell Cup, should be all the Rainbow Roads, and I really like that idea.
Yeah, that's a good
That'd
idea.
be cool.
That would be cool.
The one I want the most is Rainbow Road Wii. That's my favorite track.
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
Do you
Oh,
think they're going to be
yeah,
adding a
yes.
Rainbow Road every single wave?
They're not doing it this one, so
Yeah.
Well, I mean, after
It would
this
be
one, of course.
how many Rainbow Roads are left?
We have
There-
3?
Yeah, there's 3 left.
So,
That's why.
so
I'm
if there's 6 packs, then we'll probably get one every other wave.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense.
I think they like the last one should be the one from 7 because that one like goes to like different planets and stuff. It could look amazing.
Yeah, that one's already in Tor too, so that'd be an easy port.
Yeah.
Do you guys think all of these tracks aren't gonna be altered to have anti-gravity?
They could probably do it for some of the Rainbow Roads.
I feel like some will have anti-gravity, some probably won't.
Yeah.
It's what they've done with the past added tracks as well. Some of them you just stay on the ground.
Yeah, like the Hyrule one, there's no anti-grav. There's like there's just the floating part, but there's no anti-gravity. Neither does the Excite Bike one or Cheeseland. So some of them don't have.
Fuck Cheeseland.
Cheeseland definitely sucks.
What? Okay. Xenoblade?
Xenoblade.
That's
what I'm looking for. Xenoblade. The thing is, so okay.
Because I'm assuming, I'm
Yes.
assuming Xenoblade is going to take up the rest of the channel. So I'm just gonna make that assumption.
Okay, so then, okay, here's what we
Coach
should
is
do
going
then.
through his theory. I don't know.
We have what? Let's do quick headlines real quick, and then we'll just focus on Xenoblade for the rest of it. Quick headlines: BioShock's getting a movie. It's going to be on Netflix. Quick headline: they announced that we are also getting a Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie. And additionally, there's going to be a new original Knuckles spin-off series that's going to be on Paramount Plus. So you can watch that on Paramount Plus. And the Sonic movie, of course, hits theaters on April 8th. The logo for the third Sonic movie apparently has already been released as well.
Revealed it. So real fast, can I just say, like, I feel like it's really weird to do this before 2 is even out.
It is weird, yeah.
I think it's just because they just had their whole Paramount Plus thing, and they're just trying to
a whole
sell.
bunch of Paramount Plus stuff.
I get that, but I feel at the same time you could talk. There's like it's on Netflix. Never mind. So the Sonic Prime's on Netflix, but they could have just said the Knuckles thing. By the way, we got the Sonic movie 2 coming out. Be sure to watch it. Then end of that, a month out, then you do. I don't know. It's just weird to me that
I think they know. I think they just know that it's gonna be successful. I don't know. Like we know how. Like I don't know. I feel like movies are so different from like games, where like we often know about like 2 sequels before like a second one is even out. You know.
Yeah, production
Shout
takes a
out
long
to
time.
all of the Avatar movies that are planned up until what is it, 2042?
I think so. Well, my God, that's
It's a dumb sentence. I can't
believe when I
it's
say
true.
it.
Well, it just takes such a long time to make a movie to produce it, but normally they still don't tell you, hey, this is coming with a logo and everything. That just feels like some of the excitement is you let the movie come out, people speculate.
Marvel's
and
laughing
then-
at
Our movie's right there.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think we're in a different time. Like I just think movies, that's how they are now. We
But
just
also,
know-
everyone knows they were making 2 more. That's because they had like that was a big story. That
What
hey,
was that?
in order
What
for
are
us
we
to make,
talking
we're talking about the Sonic movie.
Okay.
The fact that they had to change everything. What the story was, in order for them to make their money back from doing everything over again, they have to make 2 more.
They're gonna guarantee.
So it's like, why act like you're not like?
Yeah, they know. They probably have seen like the numbers on like the trailers and internal reviewing and stuff enough to be confident that they could say.
I feel like there's a difference between Marvel announcing a phase, right, and saying like 2 months before the next movie, hey, third movie's coming, by the way. I feel like there's
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
It's
but again,
definitely
like you can look at like Star Wars movies, you can look at the Marvel movies, you can look at any like franchise and be like, yeah, that has happened historically in the past. So it would make sense for, you know, this Sonic movie, which like was viral, like a big sensation. A lot of people loved it, so they can anticipate that, yeah, they would have enough capital to make a third movie. It's the same as any other franchise, really.
But it's even worse because they told us they had to make 3. That was the whole point.
Well, my thing, I never heard 3. What I heard from someone who used to work there was literally like, if they're going to remake the character and go through with that, they're going to have to do a second movie. So I knew a sequel was coming. I didn't know anything about 3.
And it's not
I was
even
under
like
the impression-
just like continuations of a like series. Sometimes it's even spin-off stuff. Like how long ago did they announce the Black Widow movie? Now let me follow that question up with how many of you actually watched the Black Widow movie?
I did.
I did.
Yeah.
It sucked.
It was
It
awful.
it wasn't amazing, but I watched it.
It was okay. I wouldn't say it
was-
sucked.
Yeah, it didn't suck, but it was boring.
Right, but my
The only thing about
point
Black
is,
Widow, not to going off topic, but the
It was
only thing
alright
about Black
movie.
Widow that I
It
didn't
wasn't-
like
it
is the
was alright.
CGI was abysmal for a Marvel movie. I mean, it was like so bad. That part where Yelena does the backflip off that like falling piece from the sky and the explosion. I mean, it looks like something out of a PS1 game.
Don't disrespect PS1 games like
which
that.
game?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have a good example. I shouldn't have said PS1 game without a direct example. I'm canceled, I guess. Moving on. All right, next topic.
But I did want to talk. I did want to bring up two things before you guys go into Xenoblade. The first one being because we talked about this earlier. At the moment, the world record for any percent on Pokemon Legends Arceus is
Isn't it like 4 hours?
4 hours and 9 minutes.
Hey, there we go.
So-
Wow, really?
So it is much. It is a. They're freaks. They're freaks.
Well,
out
how
there.
are people actually doing it though? What's the methodology?
I have no idea. I know what I'm doing tomorrow during all my meetings.
So I was off by about like what, Tito? Like 39 minutes?
You said what?
I said my estimate was about 39 minutes off because I said 3 hours 30.
Yeah, you said about 3.5. I also said about 3.5. I think someone said like 5. So like 4.5, 4, just over 4 is crazy, and those guys are freaks. And I need to figure out how they're doing this. I will report later.
There's some out of bounds stuff, and there's also I don't know exactly how to do it, but there's ways to like break the geometry. I don't know if they're using that.
It's probably with the weird ear. You can do some freaky. You can boost.
Yeah,
jump
weirder.
with the
You can
weird
actually
ear.
do some weird fucking shit.
But your
Yeah,
gear
no, I
is
remember
weird.
doing that early on. That weird,
Anyway.
you can definitely skip areas. I remember doing that early on.
You can get into Lake Verde overneath the mountain with
Yeah.
weird ear.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta make crazy jumps and then like boost jump because Weirder's collision doesn't make any sense. So, and the second thing was I know a few of us have been playing, but I was playing this earlier. Sifu is incredible.
Oh yeah,
that
that
game
game's
is sick.
Let's talk
so-
about that one.
Yeah, so Sifu, for those of you, if it's the game that y'all saw, like, 6-7 months ago, whatever the fuck it was, where the old guy, or it was a young guy, then he turns to an old guy, whatever. It's a roguelike. And it is probably, and I was thinking about this today when I was playing. I don't think I've seen a game do more with lighting, like, than this game in terms of like making it look incredible. There's so much stuff this game does with lighting. It has some of the best lighting design of any game I've ever played.
The style is beautiful. You definitely.
And it's gorgeous. It's responsive. It works. Like, and it's that game will fuck you up. Like that game is not.
I'm not
sweet.
trying to cause any internal strife right now.
You better not
But
say me, bitch.
you-
I swear to God. Bro, see me
I'm
in the
not.
fucking
Tito was kind of watching you, Shuffle. Tito was kind of watching you, Shuffle. I saw you. I was watching all those streams. The chat knew I was in there.
So when your
But
broke ass get in the game, bitch.
let's just call
When
a
you get in
pig a
the game.
pig, an apple, an orange, an orange. Tito was really doing it to him, and it looked like he had hands. Senor Mink Mink, but for Shuffle, there was. What's the
Okay,
explanation,
so
Shuffle?
again, I ask, when are you getting again so I can roast your dumb ass when you stream? Huh? Over there talking from
We
the
ain't
fucking
talking.
stand. You in the fucking bleachers
Chad, if you
talking
never,
to me.
Chad, this is classic projection. This is classic
Projection?
reflection, Chad, listen. He hates himself. He hates his abilities. That's why he wants to. Why do I have to stream an entire game and get a setup costing millions of dollars just to show that you're trash?
Let me show you what happened. Bro. This is exactly what
really
happened when I
crazy.
first. Let me kick it. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me kick it to you like this, bro. This is what happened. I turned on the game for the first time. I did not watch Shofu play this game because I'm not trying to get spoiled. I knew he was playing it.
Yeah.
Not gonna watch him. I load up the game. I beat the first level. I'm like 26. Right? I beat the second guy. I'm like 45. I'm like, damn, this game hard as hell. This game difficult as shit. I get to the third. She fucks me up. I hit 70. I'm like, oh fuck. And then everyone's
Shuffle
like,
was dang near 90 years old by the time he got to the second level.
God, bro, get on the game. I'll buy you the game right now. I'll buy you the game right now.
let me tell you.
I'll buy you the game right now. I went
everybody
in
go crazy in
completely
my
blind
chat.
raw I was over here getting put down. I was getting put down.
I'm glad you can admit it. But
Why
so
would I
did
lie?
Tito. Tito was out there first try. He made it almost
Okay,
getting
how
into
that
the fourth
nigga
level.
dictates? How is dictates that you want to suck Tito? How is fucking dictates, bro? How is fucking dictates?
Leave me out of this.
Okay, all right. You just angry that
Ricky, are you sucking cock?
it's better than you. You just angry that DJ Titty Fat is better than you, and that's okay.
I don't give a fuck, bro. What the fuck?
I just didn't.
Why the fuck would I care that somebody's better than me at a single player game? I don't give a
I just wanted to say
goddamn.
how good this game was. I didn't say anything. This game pretty as hell.
Look, Tito, just know I was minding my goddamn business.
Bro,
and
I
he
didn't
had
do
to
it.
bring up whatever the
I'm
fuck he
sure.
brought up.
Let me tell you like this, bro.
You didn't even know what I was gonna say, and you were already getting
Nah, because I didn't know what you was
What
gonna
you
say.
were
You
gonna
think I don't know you, bro?
No, I was gonna say something completely different.
That's
You
right.
just.
What were you gonna say? The opportunity is yours. The floor is yours, Ricky. What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
No,
Go
it's
ahead,
too
the floor is
late.
yours. Go ahead.
I'm not interested in all that. That's the
Look,
past.
let
We're
me
in the
tell you- let me
future.
tell you-
Okay, so what you are interested in is just throwing out a hot take or throwing out something wild and not actually meaning it. No, say what you're gonna say. Say it with your chest. Say it, Ricky. Say what you were gonna say. Come on.
I'm not trying to cause any
motherfucker.
Say
internal
what you
strife.
need to
I'm
say.
not-
Come on, say it with your chest.
Say what you need to
Listen,
say.
this is all I was gonna say, and it was nothing.
Ricky,
It was
say it,
nothing
bro. It's
offensive.
fine.
It was nothing insulting.
Uh-huh.
All I was
What
simply
you
was gonna say,
Yes.
Tito. I'm
Look,
not
I'm
trying to
gonna
cause
tell you
any.
right
I'm
now,
not trying to
okay?
cause any internal strife.
Okay,
But
okay.
Tito
really?
was
'Cause
clean
let me
and
tell you-
Shuffle was
let me tell you
trash.
this.
That's all I was gonna say. Shuffle was
Okay,
trash.
what the fuck
That's
are
all I
you
was
talking
gonna say.
about? You're a real
What are you
bitch.
talking about? That's not offensive. That's the facts. How can you take offense to facts?
Hey, okay, you know what? You're right. You know what? I just gotta say one thing. Eat cock,
Yeah,
bitch
yeah,
ass nigga.
I lay these nuts on your face, boy. Don't talk to me no more.
Let me tell you real
This
quick
is really
over what
crazy.
happened, bro. I'm playing this game. I'm getting in third. I have no frame of reference. I haven't seen a single person play this game. I'm out here. Everyone's like, bro, you're doing real good. You're doing good as hell. I'm like, really? I don't know. What do you mean? Ricky comes out of nowhere and goes, that nigga Shuffle was getting his ass beat last night.
Okay, I was. And it's just really crazy that he see me in any fucking game, Ricky. I'll really beat
can't
you in
believe
any
this.
game.
We really having a rematch like the Brawl days. It's gonna go crazy. You can pick the game. I might even money match this.
You want to play?
Put up $500,000 right now. $500,000. I'm ready to go.
You wait. $500,000 on what?
$500,000.
$500,000 on what?
$500,000.
You pick the game.
You got me
pick the
fucked.
game. We're
I
gonna
picked
we're
the
gonna
game.
stream it live.
This doesn't even
Huh?
make, bro. You haven't
Mario
even played games
Party
for the last
Super
5
Mario.
years.
You don't have
What game you about to
$500,000.
beat me at?
You don't have that money, Ricky.
I'll give him the
Twitch.tv/get these
$500,000.
dubs.
Nigga, you've been gone for 4 fucking years. What games do you even know about?
Bro, he played Tetris,
I think,
bro.
did he leave?
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
No.
Ricky?
Ricky's all right. Well, I guess he's gone for the next 4 years. Let's continue on with
shit.
Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Did you really just like
finally.
Real fast. One
It
other-
is my time.
Wait, one other
Oh,
movie.
there.
Your Honor,
2 hours in.
I would like to state for the record, jury, that I did nothing wrong, and I would like to state that for the record, Your Honor.
I wanted to bring up the Chip and Dale movie that got announced.
The what?
What?
Oh, the Roger Rabbit movie. Go ahead.
Are
Go
you
ahead.
serious?
Yeah.
Are you
What are
trolling
talking
right
about
now?
this?
What? Why
Are you
Why would that be
trolling?
trolling? Why would
It
that be
looks
trolling?
awful.
Bro, this podcast is gonna go for another 2 hours.
Bro, who gives
Like
a
John
fuck about the
Cena.
Chip
We
and
only
Dale
doing.
movie,
We're doing
bro?
Xenoblade. That's it. That's all we got left.
Just go start with Xenoblade, bro. No one gives a fuck.
How close are we to Xenoblade?
Are we doing
How
Xenoblade?
close?
It's the next thing. Literally the last thing we're going to talk about. is Xenoblade.
We're gonna
good.
tell them it's the next thing. That's
No, but
what we're
it's
gonna
literal.
do. Let's just keep
That's it.
let's
It's
keep
just
baiting
Xenoblade.
them.
Go.
So-
go,
Oh my
go.
gosh.
We did get the reveal for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Game
Yes,
looks really
sir.
cool.
We did.
Now,
We did.
Before
Yeah, too
we
bad we're gonna talk about something else.
No, we're not. We're gonna talk about it right now.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
talk
talk
about
about
Xenoblade.
Hold
We're
on,
gonna
hold
talk
on. We
about,
sliding back. We sliding back.
We're
We
talking
ain't
about Xenoblade Chronicles 2
black.
first though, because I've had the what's the word? I've had the base game and the Torna Golden Country cartridge. I've had that for about like 2 years now, and I started up playing it last month.
You love Pyro.
And I have to ask, what is it that you guys like about this game? Because I've asked a lot of people, and I'm
About
currently
Xenoblade 2.
about
Which,
Xenoblade
2
Chronicles
specifically?
2. Yes, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I like the combat past a specific point.
Because
Yeah, I
right
like
now
the
I am in chapter 4. I'm about 18 hours in. The combat is dog shit slow.
Yeah.
There are 17,000 tutorials that don't teach you how to play the game.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Story is kind of
Yeah.
whatever, right? The story I think is like very, very you know. The
you
OST
find it?
and the
You're at, it's
graphics.
at
I'm
the
trying to
lowest
remember
point,
what
I think.
chapter 4 is. What is
Chapter four
chapter
is,
4?
it's Vandam, right?
It's
It's
the
the
filler
one where
anime
you-
opening episode.
It's the
Is
one
it-
where you.
but it's
first
not when
get to
Vandam
more-
dies.
No. It's after that. It's the one where you first get to Moradane, and then you're doing the whole stuff with Tora in the factory, and
Yeah.
there's the
Oh,
whole thing with,
okay.
like, Lila and all that. jazz.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm 18 hours in. I did a couple. I used the DLC pulls for the gacha, so I could actually, you know, make combat not fucking brainlessly easy and not just I just don't want to play it. And I apparently got some decent blades, and the game just does not feel very, in regards to the player, very fun to play. Right?
Oh.
Okay, so let me explain something. As you said, this game has a ton of tutorials. The game does
Yep.
a fucking terrible job of teaching you how to play the game,
Yeah.
because it's actually a relatively common complaint that the combat feels quite slow, particularly in the early segments of the game. But a lot of that, again, is because the game doesn't really teach you how to play it well. And when you're able to actually execute everything with regards to the combat, because it's quite a complex system, there's a lot of moving parts. When
Of
everything
course.
comes together, it becomes a really, really interesting, engaging combat system. You could do a lot with the different blades. There's just kind of quite a few things to manage, and the parts come together really, really nicely. But if you're not kind of, and this can take a long ass time. For me, I'd say it took a little bit less than how long it took for you for the combat to click. But it's a legitimate complaint, and I don't blame anybody for like not wanting to stick with the game because of it. But if there are other elements of the game which are engaging you enough, I mean, you said the story's okay right now.
Yeah.
if
I'm
you-
sticking through it for a reason.
Yeah,
And,
if,
like,
if
to-
you enjoy like the state of the world and the soundtrack and stuff like that, then I would say stick through it. Come to people.
Oh, I definitely am. I'm
Yeah.
going to the end of it. Somebody had linked me. I believe it was the Chugga Conroy. Shout outs to him.
It's the best.
His
He's got a good
everything I
playthrough, yep.
needed to know about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or everything I wish I knew about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I watched that. I understand how to do combat. I was doing auto cancels way before I watched that video, because I was like, is there a way to make my auto attack faster? And so I had that, but I learned about blade combos, I learned about fusion combos, I learned about the chain system. But even with all that in mind, the game doesn't give you enough opportunities to diversify your portfolio as far as combat goes, as far as like different blade types.
Yeah,
the
that's
fact that Tora
that
only
does
is
change. Later,
of
that
course,
does
of course.
change. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
but
for
like I
sure.
said, as I
on-
am right now, I'm 18
Yeah.
hours in chapter 4, and I had to use the DLC bonus pulls in order to get a good like lineup of blades that weren't just, hey, this is a level 1 blade that doesn't do really anything for you. Hey, this is a level 2 blade that doesn't really do anything for you. They all look the same. You can't differentiate between their abilities. They don't really have anything interesting going for them on the wayside of being able to do anything. But when I used the like the rare blade cores, and I ended up pulling Cosmos, I was like, oh,
damn,
this one has a
okay.
fucking gun.
Oh yeah, if you get Cosmos, you basically beat the game.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
so-
I got her at the second chapter, and the game became a joke.
So I've been playing
third.
that, and it's like, you know, and Zeph, I think you can appreciate this. Everybody that's played it, like a lot of people will go like, hey man, you're saying that this game isn't very fun to play, but people are telling you it gets better after a certain point, and you just want to know when it gets to that certain point. Isn't that kind of like Final Fantasy 14? Final Fantasy 14 is still fun to play in ARR.
Yeah.
I just think like
I agree.
I think you're overthinking it, man. I think it's a fun
I would
game.
love to say that I'm overthinking it. However, when I go fight some random enemies out in the overworld, and it takes me fucking 6 minutes to kill them,
What chapter are you on
That
right now? What
shouldn't
chapter
be
did you say you're on? He's four. He's four. Yeah, yeah.
chapter 4.
He's 4.
I'm gonna reiterate
Yeah.
Okay.
that chapter 4
6,
was my
man.
absolute least favorite part of the game.
Me
I
too.
could not stand it. I almost stopped
Yeah.
playing entirely.
And also,
I
to be
wanted
fair-
not touch it anymore.
To be fair, I think there are still some battle mechanics still locked at that point of the game.
Yeah,
There
people
are.
told me about switching between Pyra and Mithra. People told me about certain things in regards to comboing with later blades. People told me about like the ability to build up Poppy, but I don't want to play that dog ass mini game
No, I
in
never
order to
did
make
that
this
shit,
one
no.
blade
You don't-
good.
you
I
don't
didn't do
have
that.
to
It's
do
not
it.
fun.
Yeah, you don't have
I don't
If
know.
you have
those of you who know.
If you have the DLC, I think you can like build Poppy immediately. I think.
Oh, really? Because I didn't know that because I don't have anything to. I went into the
It's
menu
not
and I can't check it.
immediately. It's you can
You get, like,
get
a
a
ton of
decent
shit.
chunk. Yeah, you can
Oh,
get
yeah.
a good
Yeah.
chunk of Poppy done, but not immediately.
Right, right.
For those of you who know, how close is Chris to the heart of
Because
the
I
game?
like
the
like
real
my
meat of
my
it?
main point isn't
two
that
chapters?
6 it gripped me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
like,
Yeah,
what
6.
what I want to be the main point of this isn't that the game sucks, nobody should like it, you guys are haha stupid for liking it. I want to know what is it that draws you to this game that
Reminds me of
makes it
Zelda.
it's like I don't know, I don't get it, I don't understand from where I am. And I ask as somebody who saw everybody popping off on Twitter for
Oh yeah, I love it.
XC3. I was like, am I missing something? Is it
So-
just is it the fact
Yeah.
that like a lot of people like really like the characters, or is there something
That's-
that I'm not understanding?
I think it's a
We
mix
have
of
how many
characters.
how many Xenoblade fans do we have in this call right now?
Oh, I mean, you've got like
I'm right
a
here.
bunch of hardcore ones in this call
So, like,
right now.
I'd say the most hardcore ones are like me, Roger, Fidel, McDareth really likes it too,
Coast.
Jeff, and Coast.
Yeah.
You
So
said
half
almost
of us.
everybody.
All right.
Outside of like Shofu and me, and, yeah,
Right.
you pretty much and Tito.
Right.
and
Almost
you
as
said
much as
everybody.
I guess. Yeah.
As soon as chapter 6 hit with Xenoblade 2, it gripped me forever.
For me, I was there. I think like aside from like the I think I just like the anime style story more. I just like the characters. I thought like the characters themselves, because for me, I'm not like I like the overall branching story that there is in the Xenoblade world and stuff because I've played the games. But for me, that stuff always like it kind of gets lost on me. For me, it's the characters. I just like.
Yeah.
I like the gang. I like their interactions. I like the silly, hangout moments. I like the moments where there's the intense action scenes. But I don't know. And even as someone who I know I didn't get the full depth of that combat, I just had fun with it. I had fun like doing just the different attacks and unlocking different moves.
Yeah.
My only issue with the game is like you said, it's like there's all that there's like the mastery stuff where like sometimes you gotta open certain areas with it and you have to just spam this thing that like you never knew you had to learn to open this specific thing, so it takes a while. Like aside from stuff like
Field
that,
skills.
yeah.
New thing. That's
The
Yeah.
field
It's
skills
Ursula's
that
new
sometimes
groove.
Yeah, they say.
The field
Oh
skills
my
are
field
God.
the
skills
worst
that I
part
really
about
don't
it.
want to interact with in the world with.
thing.
Because
That's the
I'm
thing
walking
about-
around this overworld, I'm running into like at level enemies, and I'm getting
Yeah.
into a fight with these at level enemies, and then a level 85 fucking bird decides
Oh, yeah,
that
the big
yeah,
guy.
you're just dead today.
Yeah.
So
that's
I
Monolith's fault.
don't want to
That's
I don't want to
their
walk
game.
around exploring this big open world, and to get to these like heart to heart moments where I can interact with these because I genuinely do like the characters.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who changed my name to I Love Pyra, but genuinely like I really do
What does it
enjoy
say now? It doesn't say I love her. Now
Yeah,
it
no,
says
no, no.
like Mia more though.
yeah, I
Oh my
changed my
God.
name back because while like one thing as a quick aside, I don't know why everybody complains about the voice acting. Voice acting is actually really good in that game to me.
I think it's just specifically Rex's scream.
Rex is
Like,
yelling.
Rex.
Yeah, Rex. I've
Yes.
mentioned this before, but Rex yells like he's trying to not wake his mom up.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's exactly what I said.
But
I could not play
but
that game in English, bro. I couldn't.
but
do it.
for example-
I'm fine with English, but I could not.
I really
like
do.
I
It's
really
just
like
Rex.
Dromark, I really like Nia, I really like Gramps. I like a lot of the like supporting cast, and
Sure.
Rex to like everything that a lot of people would say in his detriment, like zero drip, he's not raw, he's stupid. Like he's a fine MC, I feel, you know.
It's,
yeah.
What he is.
So
for
like
sure.
I
he's just
I
a
do
nice,
like-
happy guy trying to save the day.
I do like these characters. I do like their interactions. but I just kind of feel like this game is not even a diamond in the rough. It's just diamond in the shit. Like there is a lot of stuff that is preventing me from going, this game is really good. I really do enjoy it. I would recommend this to everybody, because when I have to have a dissertation on how to play the game, it's not a very good game in my mind.
So here's what I would recommend to you, legitimately, this is what I would say, is if you like the characters, but you're not really digging the pacing and all the other stuff that's like sort of surrounding it right now, I really truly think you should play Torna, because there's a huge faction of people. Before I get into it, I'm just gonna real quick, I'll make this little note, is there's a lot of people who think you should beat 2 before playing Torna, but I can speak from my own experience. I introduced it to my girlfriend who wanted to play through the game, tried Torna. She hasn't beaten it yet, but liked what she played. And I think the pacing of Torna, the characters of Torna, you're getting sort of a lot of the same type of beats that you were getting in Xenoblade 2. The gameplay is a little bit more refined, and I think it will give you a better idea of what late game Xenoblade 2 is like. And I'm also never this person ever. I am never this person, trust me. I'm the person that did a watch through of JoJo Part 4, and I'm 20 episodes in, like, I hate this shit. Please, when can I stop watching this garbage? But everyone's like, no, you're one away from Kira. You're right there. You're right there. Just watch Kira. And so I am not the kind of person who would say, go through it. But you are really right there. Like, and I think it could be tough if you're somebody who didn't necessarily play the first Xenoblade game or didn't really have a history with that. Like, have you played Xenoblade 1?
I did a long time ago. I literally remember nothing about it.
Okay.
And when I asked people, hey, I was like, can you play 2 and just as with no frame of reference, because this was before 3 got announced.
Yeah, they're self-contained stories, so you're fine. But I will say, I think I am with Fidel on the aspect of what I like about Xenoblade 2 is the characters and story, for sure. I think on the whole, that's the thing that kept me going. Now, I can't speak from experience. Normally, a lot of the time, I'm like streaming games nowadays, right? But like when 2 came out, I wasn't really like streaming anything. I was playing games and I was like doing stuff on videos, but I wasn't actually like streaming it. And I think my experience streaming it might have been different, because I probably would have gotten tired from some of the stuff that happens early on in the game. But I think the core gameplay of Xenoblade 1 is more solid. It's better. But I think the cast of 2, and I know this is a huge argument for a lot of people, the main core cast of 2, like Rex, Nia, Pyra, Mythra, I related to more and liked more than the main cast of 1. And I love the main cast of 1 too. I like them both, but I think the dynamics between the cast of 2 just hit better with me. And I'd say that
like a more
if you
diverse group, right?
And if you aren't really feeling the gameplay of 2, then I would maybe say before jumping back in, just play 1. Just play 1 to get sort of a better idea of the open world.
I'm gonna goes back to 2 like midway through and just like be confused with the system and stuff. You might as well.
Maybe that's true too. I guess that's true.
Go
ahead. Someone else.
I really don't like Xenoblade 1's combat. I can't.
Yeah, me neither.
I cannot recommend that.
I got told that the combat or from the people that have been in my chat, and they've been saying like, oh well, if you think this feels bad, you should either play 1 or just go play Torna instead.
Yeah, that's when you ignore them.
Yeah.
So
this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say. Roger hit the nail on the head pretty hard with, sticking it out for a little bit longer, because you are literally near the turnaround point where a lot of people would drop off the game. And for me, this game literally was one of the few games that has genuinely made me emotional. Like I legitimately cried over this game because I felt so much love for these characters, and it's a shame that the early points of the game turns off a lot of people just because of the lack of teaching them how to play the game.
There is a lot to like. I can see there's a big like. I see the good parts, right? I can understand like some of what people like. Like for example, I think this is the best looking game on the Switch, bar fucking none.
Xenoblade 2.
I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 I think is the best looking game on the Switch. I don't think there is a actual competitor for that.
Really?
I think it's up there, but
I was gonna say it's up there.
Odyssey's
Odyssey looks great, but I think there are certain visual like vistas and like set pieces in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for like the early point of where I'm at. For example, the big Uriah Titan, where you're walking up towards the town. That first vista that they give you
itself is magnificent.
Yes, it's a very fucking pretty game. The OST is fantastic. I will say the weird thing is the mixing. I actually had to like tweak audio settings like 6 times so that the like OST didn't blare over dialogue in a cutscene. But there's a lot of stuff there, and I do understand like what people mean when they say like, oh, this is like the Xenoblade soundtrack is one of my favorite soundtracks of
it's
all
amazing
time. And like when I see that and I'm like, that's fine, right? I'm just trying to figure out what prevented people from going and looking up the soundtrack on YouTube, what prevented people from just going and watching the game on YouTube, right? Like watch or going and looking up specific screenshots from the game. And that's basically what I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, I think if you're already connecting though with the characters, if that's the aspect that you like, and you like the world, and you like the music, and you like everything surrounding it,
like I said, I'm going through to the end for a reason.
I think you don't have much to worry about. Further from, I'd say maybe you're like 4 or 5 hours max from when it's gonna click for you, and it does click, because I know how I was even with the combat, where I was very much playing it where like I didn't fully understand the different stuff with the elements and chaining things, but once you actually do sort of understand the chain mechanic, it feels fluid and it's fun. I still think I probably prefer the combat of Xenoblade 1 a little more. I also. I think I do. I think I like but like I said, everything else surrounding it, I think 2 is better. Yeah.
2 is definitely better.
I get all the specific like standard. If there's stuff that hasn't opened up to me later on, then that's perfectly fine. Then you can go, you just don't know, you're ignorant to it. But the chaining of certain like blade elements together, I understand that and I like that. However, when I start up a combo and I'm like, all right, I want Tora to use Earth, then I'll have Nia use Fire, and then I'll use Earth. And then Nia is sitting there dicking around on Dromark, not going back to the Fire Blade that I put on her, so I have to wait 6 years to continue my blade combo. I'm like, why? Why can't I just switch to Nia and use the goddamn water? Or use the fire, excuse me.
Yeah, I have always bitched about not being able to switch characters in Xenoblade.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I really want from Xenoblade 3's combat. Is being able to switch on the fly.
Yeah, this is maybe a good time to bring it up then too, is because obviously we don't see any gameplay in the trailer for Xenoblade 3, but we do find out sort of like the crux of what the story is going to be. And Takahashi has mentioned that the game is combining the worlds very clearly, as you see with the Uriah Titan. You also see the giant sword of Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2. I actually don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
Hold on. Wait. Before anything,
okay.
If you are interested, or if you're in the midst of playing any Xenoblade games or anything, there might be spoilers at this point on. So
okay, that's true. That is true. We should tell Chris that too. Yeah, Chris, that we probably are going to get into spoilers.
Brother, I don't give a singular secular fuck.
Good. All right, great. This is great then. So I feel like we might end up getting it where the one faction, like the Hams Hyentia faction, will play like Xenoblade 1, and that Nia's faction, the Blade faction, will play like Xenoblade 2, and that potentially we're going to get gameplay that merges both the Blades and also the gameplay style of Xenoblade 1.
I hope that isn't the case, because that would make it very complicated.
I do think it could be complicated. But I could see them mixing it.
I could see a mix, but honestly, I feel like it's because like I love Xenoblade 1. That's still one of my favorite games of all time. But I think Xenoblade 2 is a better game. But like Xenoblade 1, emotionally when I played through it, just meant a lot. So I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But Xenoblade 1, combat-wise, I don't think it has too much extra besides beyond what 2 already does. There's like positionals and things like that. But I feel like 2 took the systems of 1 and just pushed them forward more.
There's like after going from Xenoblade 2's combat to Xenoblade 1, I absolutely hated it because it regressed. Like it's just me right now just mashing buttons. Like I'm not even thinking about doing combos.
Yeah, because like when you don't have the only.
To be fair, you're on a weird mode.
No, but even before that, even when I was playing regularly, like I just didn't like. I didn't understand
Are
the
you
concept.
saying like you? Okay, never mind. I didn't understand what you're saying. I thought
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
saying that you were mashing because it was too easy.
No. I'm mashing because like it really doesn't make a difference with your combos in that game.
Yeah, one. I think the most
Yeah,
important thing
there-
is one is you just need to have Shulk have enough meter so you can.
Yeah, that's literally it.
That's like most combat in one. If you can vision through the thing, you can kill it.
And the shitty thing is, if they were to do something like that in Xenoblade 3, it would have the problem with Xenoblade 1, where you would need Shulk in your party at all times to make combat actually worthwhile.
I think my thing that I found with the combat is, and this is coming from somebody who has like about 500 hours in Xenoblade 2. I think a lot of it came down to, because there are so many different rare blades and you can level them up, and there's a lot of different ways to use those rare blades. There's a lot of different kind of arrangements that you can do with the drivers as well. I just think there's a lot of expression in that regards when it comes to the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 combat, but that's very much a long-term thing. When you're doing a casual blind playthrough for the first time, a lot of that isn't going to matter until you find that you're hooked to the game. And if you don't reach that point, that's absolutely fine. I think with regards to the combat in Xenoblade 1, I think a lot of the time for that regular casual playthrough, I fully understand when people say that they prefer that system, because I think it's a bit easier, a bit quicker to get into. It still has its share of complexities, but I think there's a bit more of an immediate satisfaction with that system, and it doesn't feel as slow and cumbersome in the early fights in particular. But I think when it comes to long-term stuff, I think Xenoblade 2's combat does more.
Yep. That's a good way to put it, actually.
Yeah, that is a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Well, go ahead.
Because like I don't want to sound like I dislike one, obviously, because I definitely still like it. There's just stuff.
Yeah, same.
There's stuff in one that I'm super hoping, because 2 limited it, but it's still there, and X also had it. So I really hope in 3 they tone it down. The need to do all these like affinity things. It feels like reps in an MMO, which I get Xenoblade kind of blends the two, but it doesn't feel good when you're playing the game. I have to stop what you're doing to grind like a rep. Like my first playthrough of the original Xenoblade, I missed everyone's extra talent tree, but Fiora's, because I was just doing that area because it was interesting. Everyone else, I didn't know they had that.
So
I
had
just
to use a
didn't know.
guide. Yeah, I heard about that before I started playing, and I made sure to use a guide. And I think if your game, like kind of like Chris said, if your game requires like an external guide, something's wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's the issue that I do have with Xenoblade 2. As much as I love that game, it's one of my favorite games of all time, but it's not a game that I readily recommend to people.
Yeah,
because like if I'm gonna recommend a JRPG on the Switch to people, my first recommendation is always Dragon Quest XI-S, because I think that game is a lot easier to digest and a lot more accessible.
Absolutely.
My reasons for loving Xenoblade 2 are very much personal and very similar to you guys. I'm very invested with the characters, very invested into the world. I'm also somebody that's kind of done a lot in terms of looking into the lore and really being invested in the story element.
For sure. Which I think most of us who are on the show are like that right now, where we were watching that going, oh my God, is this character? Or, what does this mean for the overall story? So
right.
I think that's probably a consensus among most Xenoblade fans, is like the lore and the story overall is such a huge part of it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where a lot of the speculation, which presumably we'll be getting into in a bit, comes from and the excitement for Xenoblade 3 is coming from at the moment.
Is this gonna be the longest Japan time?
Yeah, I think so, because there's still
a lot to go through with this game.
Trailer, man. Because the trailer alone, there's a lot of info. But then on top of everything else, they've just been going on Twitter or on interviews and stuff and just been dropping even more knowledge.
And lore of the game and character names.
Today.
What'd they say?
They showed us that girl, and she was like, her favorite thing is muscle training.
Wait, what girl?
Built
What?
like a stick.
All right, I guess
Senna.
Xenoblade isn't so bad.
Well, I mean, do you want to get into it? Because Coast, I saw somebody earlier in the chat saying, talking about the theories of like what the game actually is and what it
All right,
means.
let me
And
pull up my
I
like
was on-
70-page document.
Right. So I was on HMK's podcast. Shout out HMK, friend of the show, with Misclick and Stealth and a couple other like YouTubers and Xenoblade fans, and I sort of relayed a like Cliff Notes version of what Coast and I were talking about the night the game got announced. And I think you could do a much better job of sort of like laying out what you think this game is going to be. Sure. So the floor is yours.
All right. So there's a lot to digest from this trailer. Like how long is the trailer? Like 3 minutes long or something like that?
Wait, Shofu, change the picture to Charlie Day from
Yeah, well,
It's Always Sunny.
The trailer alone, yeah, there's a lot to digest. Takahashi came out afterwards and said there's like a lot of themes and info that's hidden within the trailer that you want to look out for. So I decided to look into some stuff, and there's a lot to take in. So firstly, like the at face value, what they show you are like the main characters. They tweeted out some additional info about them and like who they're affiliated with and all of that stuff. So we can go over the characters at first, just to make things a little easier to explain afterwards. The main character, fucking what's that dude from Persona?
Joker?
Ass.
No. Jimmy from SND?
Yeah.
Flynn?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm a fake fan. Yeah, that's Noah.
Looks exactly like, yeah, he just looks like Flynn. He's doing the same pose.
Yeah, everyone's been superimposing him like what's his name?
Guy from Shimigami.
No. Remember the Smash memes?
Yeah, that's like Little Mac.
Yeah, Little Mac. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, right.
But the two main characters are Noah and Mio. Everyone's been talking about how Mio looks very similar to Nia from Xenoblade 2. There's a lot of theories behind that, but the first theory I want to talk about, or the first thing I want to talk about, is how at the beginning of the trailer, you see Noah, the main character, playing a flute, and the director has gone on record saying the flutes are a major theme for the game. You can see multiple throughout the trailer as well, but during the beginning shot, you hear a character say, what's the line again? It's like, everyone's fighting in order to live and living to fight, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And people have speculated that there's going to be a huge emphasis of life and death in this game. And there's shots in the game that kind of correlate to that being what it is. But it's interesting that flutes are like also related to that as well, because apparently flutes are a big symbol in the afterlife, or respecting spiritual spirits and stuff like that. So people are speculating that in that shot where Noah's playing the flute and you see all of those wisps flying around behind him, that he's paying homage to, you know, the fallen soldiers that passed during the fights he was participating in. And it also adds on with the Xenoblade 3 logo itself, where in the past, you know, you've had the logos where Xenoblade Chronicles 1 had like stroke effects on the text to represent the kanji for the Monado, or how in Xenoblade 2 the logo has like fire to represent pyro. But in this one, for Xenoblade 3, it has like particle effects that are very similar to the wisps that you see when people are playing flutes. Because it's not only when Noah's playing flutes, it's also when other characters from his same faction are playing flutes. So,
and I think the thing that you brought up on that discussion that we did on your channel, which was very interesting, is that the design on the flute is the same design that's in the logo of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Like, so in the actual red 3 of the logo, you can see the exact same design. And in all of the previous logos in the red, that's the design of the Monado of that game. So the theory you came up with, which I was like, oh man, that's a really good one, is the idea that the flutes themselves are the Monado. And that somehow you've got, the character dressed in white playing the black flute and the character dressed in black playing the white flute. If maybe they need to work together to actually like fully unlock the power of the Monado, or like what exactly the Monado is doing. Is it bringing people back? Because in the trailer, there are characters that say, you're not him. And, what's up with the ticking clocks in your eyes and all these other weird things that allude to either short lifetimes or people being brought back to life that aren't actually the same person. You've got characters that look similar to other characters. You got the guy that kind of looks like Zeke, a guy that kind of looks like Vandam. You've got the Napon that look like Rex and Pyra. I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that that's layered in the trailer. And then on top of that, of course, we know already, because the voice actors have talked about it, that the voice actress for Melia in Xenoblade 1 and the voice actress for Pyra and Mithra in Xenoblade 2 have both confirmed they are working on this project. And the two characters towards the end of the trailer, the heads of the other factions of the war, there's one that looks like Melia and sounds like Melia, and one that distinctly looks like and sounds like Nia. Like, it's Nia.
That one
There's
is
no
just
question.
straight up Nia. That's just
straight up Nia.
Yeah. Back on the characters, I guess. Like, they all have like distinctive features that represent other previous Xenoblade characters, like Noah, and like all of the other different characters from the Kieves armies. Like, there's two armies that are in the story that they've told. There's the Kieves army and the Agnes army. And the Kieves army is very similar to
Kevis.
Is it Kevis? I don't even know how it's pronounced.
I'm pretty sure it's Kevis.
I'll say Kevis then. So the Kevis army is very similar to the Mechon soldiers.
Yeah.
Very mechanical in design, and they all dress in black. Whereas the Agnes are very the opposite. They're all dressed in white, and they use ether instead. But Noah has like the same belt as Shulk, which is very interesting. Other characters have that as well. Again, Mio looks like Nia. People are speculating that she has some sort of lineage or link to the Nia-esque character that they showed at the end of the trailer. Uni, who also has that Shulk belt, and her weapon is very similar to oh man, what's her name?
It's a hybrid. It's a
Charla?
hybrid of Melia and Charla weapon.
Yeah.
Because it's both
it's
a
like a
rifle and a
staff.
staff.
Yeah. And then Tyon, the guy that is like Strider-esque with his giant scarf and glasses. People are speculating that he's related some way to a character from Xenoblade X called HB.
I'm actually glad you bring that up real quick, because this was a whole debate we had on another conversation, and that is the connection of X to 1 and 2 and sort of the future of the Xenoblade franchise moving forward. And I think this is like really important for people to understand if you're not like a hardcore fan of Xenoblade. Basically, Xenoblade in Japan is just called Xenoblade. There's no Xenoblade Chronicles. It's Xenoblade, Xenoblade Cross, Xenoblade 2, and then now Xenoblade 3. In North America, in Europe, and every other area, it's Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and then Torna, same thing, and then finally Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And with them talking about how this is sort of merging those two worlds, and this is like, the sort of wrap up of everything that we've seen with Xenoblade so far, I would not be surprised if moving forward, the next game after this one, like, however many years that's going to be from now, won't be called Xenoblade Chronicles number. It'll be called Xenoblade new subtitle, and that new subtitle will be used for the new Xenoblade games moving forward in Japan. Because this one very clearly is using elements of 1 and 2, and because they've straight up said it, but there are definitely things from X in here. Like, from the get-go, the blue swords, like a lot of people are saying, oh, that reminds them of Mechonis, but they look very similar to a lot of the weapons that are in X. You've got the very futuristic looking areas, obviously in Xenoblade 2.
The desert.
Right, exactly. You go to like the world underneath the clouds and everything, right? And then that's what the previous Earth was. We know in Xenoblade Chronicles X that they left Earth because of some alien invasion, and they made New Los Angeles, all that kind of stuff, and New Las Vegas. But the other thing too is that in the world of Xenoblade Chronicles X, the name of their planet is named Mira, which is life. It literally means life. And the core theme of this game that Takahashi has already stated is that it's life. And everything surrounding this game sort of connects everything else. So him being related to an X character in some way also would not be surprising to me if they're finally going to fold that into it. Because originally, if you remember that first trailer for X, we see a Shulk-looking character at the end of it. Now, that never ended up coming to play in the actual main Xenoblade Chronicles X game. But who's to say they didn't take story elements that they were originally going to use for that into this one? Because Takahashi straight up said that they started work on the story for 3 before 2 was even made.
Yeah, they said that the shot of the Titan and the blade of the Mechonis next to each other was something they thought of during development of 2.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say actually, so there's been a kind of a long-standing theory among some of the people in the Xenoblade Chronicles community that the world of Xenoblade Chronicles X is the world of Xenoblade 1 set in the very distant future. And so I think what this could essentially entail is that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the connecting thread between 1/2 and X, where it's set at this kind of midpoint between the two, maybe leaning a little bit more towards 1 and 2 in terms of the timeline.
Yeah.
And I think, as you were mentioning before, that makes sense right down to a lot of the world motifs and the character designs. I feel like when I'm looking at a character like Noah, for instance, as well as pretty much all of the Keva's characters, really, they feel like a hybrid of the future connected designs as well as the Xenoblade Chronicles X designs.
Yeah.
Like you have lands that like looking like a Machina. You have like Senna, however you pronounce it, like a myriad of different things that could be connected to her, with the ether lines on her, the hair looking very similar to like Bridget and Aegeon.
Yep.
Like there's a whole bunch of different small little details that you can make connections to. And people have gone back and analyzed the trailer and have seen things that we initially missed when we were talking about it that first night. Because there's one line from the character that looks similar to Melia, where she says Ouroboros arbors all life. And when you go back to look at some of the characters in the trailer, and I think it's even in some official renders.
Yeah, and all of their almost where you can see the glowing part of their weapon. So for
I think it's
Mio,
and
Yuni, Senna. Those three you can definitely see it in the trailer as well. You can see it on the latter part of the trailer. You can see it on Tyon's gauntlet, as well as I think Noah's sword as well. So pretty much all of them.
Yep. All of them have like a symbol of Ouroboros on their weapons. So there's like a theory where, you know, these two warring factions, or at least these people from these warring factions, come together because of some overarching plot where, you know, the eternal clocks that everyone's been talking about have some, you know, catastrophic event that'll affect everyone involved, and they're trying to prevent it. So they create this third faction called the Ouroboros, and you know, that's why Melia and Nia are these big villains for the third game. But there's a lot to unpack still. Like there's still things in the trailer that I think people haven't touched on yet. So,
and I still think it's funny too that like the two quote unquote villain characters right now, right, are the two friend-zoned girls from the previous games, right? And so I still obviously I don't necessarily like believe that's going to be one of their motivating factors, but I do wonder if like the Monado in this game does bring people back to life, or does maybe like correct or change time with them talking about eternal clocks, where it's almost like they could turn back time or turn back the clocks or make it, or like Melia would have ended up with Shulk and Nia would have ended up with Rex, and like they could have had their happy endings. I doubt that would be the case because like obviously Melia and Nia, for everything that we've seen of them in the games so far, are obviously still good at heart and probably would not do that and would go against sort of like their characters. But I just think it's funny to note that.
So they're not gonna stay the main villains. I feel like they're setting it up this way to get everyone like super excited and wondering how it's gonna play out, but there's gonna be something that rises up that unites them in some way.
Yeah.
For me, initially, when I saw that trailer, actually, Viram, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you mentioned the whole thing with time and something that's been coming out over obviously the past couple of days, that they've been revealing the ages of the main characters in the game, at least on the Japanese Xenoblade Twitter. They haven't been doing it on the Nintendo official Twitters, but on the Japanese Twitter, they pretty much all the characters are like 18, 19. But what is interesting about this is that, you know, that's kind of normal for someone like Noah, but for Lance and Senna, I think it's kind of strange going off of what we know from Xenoblades like 1 and 2, where if Lance, for example, is part Machina, they have very, very kind of long, slow lifespans where they live for thousands of years. So him being 18 is a bit, and being the way he is a bit strange. And then like with Blades, if we're going on to the assumption that Senna is a Blade, her having an age is also kind of strange. So a theory that could possibly be a thing in this would be something along the lines of, what if there's some kind of influence that is forcing all of these races and species to kind of live at this kind of same rate? And I don't know how to really articulate this well, but there could be some kind of surrounding factor that's just affecting and completely influencing the cycle of life within the world, that's kind of forcing everybody into this rigid cycle, regardless of whatever your race, species, whatever.
I feel like it makes sense because even like all the blades that we see, they're not like with a partner; they are just themselves, but they still have like the blade core and everything. But I feel like my thoughts was it might be tied to either the world Shulk made at the end of 1, or whatever they ended up at the end of 2, where Rex had both like Pyra and Mithra together when that couldn't happen before.
Yeah.
What I thought initially after I first watched the trailer and put all my thoughts together was that the flutes that they were playing were not sending the people that passed away in the war like to a peaceful afterlife. I thought it was that they're reviving people, like they're repurposing those souls into other people so that they can have more people to fight. So that's why there would be people that look very similar to people we've seen in the past, like Vandam or Nia and all of that stuff. So initially I thought when people were dying from Xenoblade 1 and 2 or from X, they're in this purgatory world that gets sent into this current Xenoblade 3 world, and that's why we have familiar people. But then after they released all of this additional information and all that it kind of doesn't make sense, because there's a line where it's like I think Lens says it, where it's like we won't let you be our fuel or something like that, where like our life won't be your fuel or something like that. So like they're basically like sides are killing other people in literally and like legitimately in order to live. They need their life source for some reason in order to stay alive, because there's something possibly within the actual soul of them that's causing them some sort of pain or some otherworldly thing. Like there's still not enough information for that part, but I think we can still deduct like the general point of why people are fighting.
I do wonder though if with that people or the fuel or whatever that line is, if maybe somehow they're crafting the Blade people out of the people that have died.
Like they'd be crafting people like Senna.
Right, like they're making their own blades, right? We're like, because the wisps that you see coming, like floating out of the ground and that's surrounding all the different characters and stuff whenever you see the flute playing, I'm wondering if almost like they're reviving these people to then be tools. Like they can't fully bring them back, but they're able to bring them back within blade cores or something.
That's a good argument because that can explain why Mio has the same core crystal as Nia.
Because right.
They never explained if Nia could have a child.
That's what I was thinking.
Because Nia's a flesh eater, right? Because we don't know. She's a mix. So.
Because then it's like the other thought is Mio is also a flesh eater when you look at her core. So it's like, how is that possible?
Well, but maybe it is the kind of thing where maybe Nia and Melia maybe this is super, super, super far future, and that both of them were brought back to life via these flutes, and that maybe Nia is missing her core because Mio has that core, and that she's living without the core. She's still living despite that, maybe because of these flutes. I have no idea. Obviously, we're far away from the game.
We still see her core crystal on her
Do we
chest.
still see Nia?
We do, yeah.
Well, then I don't know.
That's how people are still making the comparison to them. The thing about the flutes that confuse me is just their design, because, just from what from what Takahashi has said with things still in the trailer that with hints, I again initially thought the color of the first flute we saw Noah play, it's the Monado, right? Where the black and red and the green and all that, it looks very similar to Pyra's design in Xenoblade 2. But then I noticed that there's a second flute that gets played in the trailer with Mio and Noah on that little cliff.
Yep.
And the two of them look very similar to two different things. They look similar to Pyra and Mithra's color scheme, where the flute Noah was playing was the white
it had
and
hints
gold.
of green. It was gold and white. Yep.
And then the opposite with its black and red. But then the other opposite end of that, they look like they could pass off as the Agnes and Kevis. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Kevis?
Yeah.
Kevis?
Yeah.
It could be like their flutes, because we see not only Noah and Mio playing them, we see a character that looks kind of like Fiora and other Kevis soldiers playing them in the trailer as well. So it could just be like a factional flute that all of these soldiers have, that are passed through Melia and Nia, that give them the ability to repurpose these souls after they kill people in war. So I don't know if it's necessarily the Monado, because I couldn't tell if they're. I couldn't tell if the other that third flute that we see in the trailer it is similar in design, because it could still possibly be Monados. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of this game, right? Is there's obviously so much to speculate on, but at the same time, it feels like we still know very little. But they've announced the game's coming out. It's going to be in September. It's going to be glorious. I think interesting that it's September. I really thought this was going to be like a winter game. I thought it was going to be like a November, December type deal. But
I think it's September because they have another game coming in December.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all assume Breath of the Wild is still their holiday game. So, I mean, that would be wild if they end up doing Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade along with everything else that we already saw.
Great year for Nintendo if that was.
Yeah, and actually, I want to ask real quick before we wrap out, Ricky. I want to ask you just a quick thing because you were gone. Mm-hmm. You've been gone for years, and you were on that direct when we were watching it with me. And so I am curious, for your first direct back, I know you had said when we were watching it, man, this feels like it's a lot better paced than the ones that you're used to. And so I was wondering, do you want to speak on that? How did you feel about the direct overall? Were you excited about a lot of stuff? And what was your general vibe after it was over?
Well, generally, I thought that it was good to a certain extent because there was a lot of things I didn't really recognize, right?
Sure.
I was feeding off your hype and I was feeding off the things that I did recognize because I've always wanted the Kirby. I've always, I guess, wanted to see Strikers come back. So it was I got certain things that kept me hype in general. But it seemed as though based off of your hype, there was delivery. Nintendo was delivering. So I was like, okay, this is definitely better than how they usually siphon, like only sieve out a little bit of good information, and then after that, they show us like a reel of indie games or something like that in the middle of a major direct. So I'm like, this just seems like they've learned their lesson about how to maintain the audience's attention and how to actually give us the quality software that we've been asking for.
Yeah, I mean, the montages were much shorter this time around, I think, than usual. Normally, we're getting pretty long montages, and I feel like they were pretty quick in this one. Yeah, but I mean, like, on the whole, do you guys think it was a really solid direct? Like, how'd you feel overall? Because I said this on the reaction that we did, and I stand by it. I feel like in terms of pacing, this is one of the better ones.
It's up there. Yeah.
They're pretty good. I do think the most recent directs have been a little bloated, but for the most part, it's fine.
I think the best one of all time, Ricky, you should watch it, is the Smash Direct that revealed K. Rool and Simon.
Oh yeah, that one was awesome.
It had like
The entire
non-stop
direct?
good information the entire way through.
Okay, I'll look into
It starts with the Simon and Richter stuff, and then it goes into like explaining Echo Fighters and a whole bunch of stuff, and then ends with K. Rool, and it is a very good one. I think the thing is though, this was like the first
what was
major.
mentioned in that direct?
That wasn't World of Light, was it? World of Light was later.
No, that was not World of Light.
Trying to think what else was in that one. I mean, if you just type in like Simon Belmont Sakurai Direct, you'll see it. You'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the exact date for that one, but I'm sure somebody in the chat will know.
Okay. If they find it or if they know what we're talking about, throw it in the Discord. The Japan Time Discord. Yeah,
That was 8818.
8818. There you go.
Damn, that's a while ago.
Yeah, it was. 2018, man. Whew. I think that's it, though. Does that cover everything?
I think so.
Yeah.
They just need to keep doing this. I think maybe like the other directs in the past weren't as solid because maybe they just didn't have anything to announce. But maybe they've been working now.
Well, to be fair, you were more used to Wii U directs, so I feel like yeah. The majority of your time spent on the show was during the Wii U era, so I feel like
that was tough.
Yeah, it was
that
tough.
was
yeah.
that was an error.
You had what? One whole year with us with the Switch, and then bada bing, bada boom, you were out. Because I feel like everything else was Wii U era. It was like Smash 4, the lead up to Smash 4. Even post Smash 4, the DLC, everything that was still Wii U. And actually, that's a great place to wrap it up because of the news today. The Wii U eShop and 3DS eShop are officially closing next month. They're going to be closing officially. You can't go download things on them ever again.
Baby. Go emulate those games.
Go download them. Get what you got to get. If there's still stuff that's missing, I know a lot of stuff was actually removed a while ago. They removed Snake Eater 3D.
Removed? You know what was removed?
Roger, you said next month. It's next year.
Oh, I thought it was March 2023.
No, it's 2023.
Oh, we got plenty of time then. Wait, what the heck? You guys got plenty of time. Don't worry about it.
Real fast. One thing that is next month is you can no longer put your credit card information in next month.
Oh, okay.
Or in May.
You know what? But you know what got removed? You know what got removed? Nintendo's FAQ segment of them saying, "What do we do if we want to play these games after they're removed?"
Get them secondhand.
That's fucking funny.
They said,
"Go to game stores, go to Little Tokyo."
They said it's not my problem anymore.
We're done now. Plenty of them sitting out there. Well, I think that is going to wrap the show up then. We are at 2 hours and 47 minutes. This was a very long Japan time. There was a lot of stuff to get through. It was a good show, a lot of fun. Ricky, do you have anything to close the show out?
I'm just going to say that we got to do some major plugs, you and I.
Okay.
The first one is that, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I can't stress this enough. Follow me on Twitter at rickycocaine.com/www.com/http at Ricky Cocaine. You've got to type it the way I said it, but it's at that user tag. Follow me on Twitter. As we speak right now, I'm tweeting out hot takes to incite a world war. So you guys just help like boost some of these takes. I'm really just trying to talk crazy right now.
Where's my commission at? Where's my cut for this incredible amount of advertising your weak ass said? What is this?
Listen, bro. Listen,
What
bro.
is
This is
this?
bigger than you. This is much
Just
bigger
say your Twitter
than what
and keep
you
it moving,
you
bruh.
want.
Follow him and Ricky
Okay.
Cocaine. That's it. God damn.
There's some of the things that I'm about to start tweeting need explanation, and I can't have them thinking that this is all my idea. So I would like them to just know, just boost this up. That's all I'm saying.
What are you
There's
gonna
some
tweet,
explanation
Ricky?
that goes behind all of this.
Keep
Why
it
are you mad
moving,
at
my
me?
brother.
What's wrong,
Wrap it
Ricky?
up.
Okay, man. And at 3,000 followers, we're overthrowing the Federal Bureau of Investigations.
That is
live on
that.
Twitch.tv.
I want to let y'all know that was Ricky Cocaine. That was not me.
That is Ricky.
Ricky Cocaine.
And Shofu is gonna be there live on stream. He's gonna be helping me do all of this. We're doing this right here. Thank you. Okay, now Roger, plug your thing on follow-a-thon.
My what?
What?
Aren't you doing something on Thursday?
Oh, my Twitch stream. No, I was going to plug the store. Again, go to Japan.shop. Go again to Japan.shop. We've officially launched the Japan Time store. So it is no longer
Where the
password
t-shirts
protected. You can actually get them. T-shirts are going to be going up probably within the next day or two. I was going to wait until after we made the official announcement on the show, because obviously since the last show, we were still adjusting some things. You can get all 3 of the Japan Time hats right now on the Japan Time shop. Again, that is japantime.shop. You can pick up those hats. There will be shirts coming very soon. There will be a Ricky Pillbox that's on the way. That's going to be funny. And there's more. There's still more coming. Obviously, the jacket campaign is going to happen. They are still finalizing the sample for that, but I think we're all getting jackets, which is pretty exciting. So you'll see us wearing them, and if you want to get one, you can get one for yourself. And then what was the other thing?
Buy all 3 hats for your big ass forehead, Chad.
Buy all 3 hats. Absolutely. Get all the hats. And then, yeah, we're just going to keep making more as the time goes on. So just make sure to bookmark the store, get what you want to get, and help support the show. That's going to be great. I don't know what the money's going to go towards. We were talking about potentially getting an editor or getting something, but we'll see. It depends on how many of you buy hats. If no one's going to buy hats, then we'll see. Then we aren't going to have any money. You said the follow-up thing. You're talking about I'm watching Demon Slayer on Thursday. So if you care at all about the second season of Demon Slayer, you could watch on Twitch. But that's not really worthy of a promotion on this show. I was literally going to bring up this. No, it's all good. You're all good. Thanks for the plug. Appreciate it. Anybody else got something they want to plug before we wrap things up?
We're crazy about One Piece.
What'd you say?
Huh?
Ricky is tweeting crazy about One Piece.
Wait, what's he saying about One Piece? Wait,
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. Just chill out, bro.
Wow, I didn't know One Piece fell off so hard.
There's no way that you're like, no, hold on. I was gonna say what Jeff is saying. These are not. Hold on. I'm not saying anything on Twitter that is. Hold up.
My God.
You can't say this live on air. This is only supposed to be documented on Twitter for the moment until they come for me.
Wow, man. All right, well, that's the show. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Shofu, you got anything you want to say before we wrap up?
You playing the thing?
No, I don't. Bro, you ain't got to worry about me, man. I got it under control.
I'm messing up.
Oh, man.
Oh, you got it at the ready? You got the ending thing at
It
the ready?
ruins it when you have to keep talking. I have it ready. We're supposed
All right,
to
we're not
leave.
gonna say anything then. We're done.
We're supposed to leave
We're
and
done.
I
We're
play
done.
this shit.
We're
We don't
done.
got to. Hey, you guys got it ready? And you got to play? Like, come on, dog. Because you're ruining the immersion, bro.
Thanks for coming through.
Jesus Christ.
For listening to us for 3 fucking hours. You're great.
Imagine.
Yeah, all right.
I agree.
Champion of lunacy. A jester is ritualistically prostituted at the altar. An orchestra of bodies initiate a hedonistic ceremony, and the orgy of the unwashed commences. On the next episode of Japan Time, Fidel will be sacrificed